The train headed for Sunset City will be departing soon.
the hell is
So-
Dave typing?
A little while ago, I was playing VR chat with, I think, Nick, Wayne, and... I can't remember the guy's name, but it was a buddy of Wayne's. Super sweet dude. And I don't know why it was, but I was just kind of following the pack, following the crowd, as I kind of usually do with these things. And next thing I know, I'm in this room called the Mickey Mouse Sex House. And it was a Mickey Mouse themed... No, not the Mickey Mouse Sex House. The Mickey House Strip House. And it was a Mickey Mouse themed strip club. They had these, like, strippers with Mickey and Minnie Mouse heads going up and down the stripper poles. They had, like, this little back room where they could get ready and stuff like that. You know, powder up, look all pretty for the audience and stuff like that. But it was surreal. But the thing with VR chat is, I find you really got to, like, set it so you're going to transport with friends and have these things private. Because worst thing that ever happened to me, I'm in the Mickey Mouse strip house, and there's this kid who still has his squeaker voice in there, and I'm just like, all right, I'm going. I don't want to talk to you. I have no paternal instinct whatsoever. There's no part of me that, like, wants to communicate with these little fucking creatures. So, like, just get it out of here, you know? If you're watching this and you're a minor, I won't be your friend. That is how it is. But yeah, welcome everybody to Sunset City.
Love it.
The Sonic podcast that is not for minors. With me today is Frank. We got Frank over here.
Hello.
And also here is Trey.
Hello.
Welcome our lovely new residents of Sunset City. Hell yeah.
It's
And
good to be here.
Dylan is not with us today because he is ill. He's in hospital with an aching pussy, so he cannot join us today. He is sick. Can everybody say in the chat, "Get well soon, Dylan"? And
Get well soon for your aching pussy.
aching pussy. I wonder if he's listening at all. I doubt he's listening. He would never
I don't
support. He would never support this show if he's not on it.
If
Hey,
he's not a part of
before
it.
he joined the show, he had not listened to a single episode. Oh, look! Here he is! He listens when he's a co-producer. The fucking narcissist. Well, anyways. Get your pussy better.
I hope
Xavier.
you're feeling better. No, like I think he got like food poisoning or something, or not food
Yeah,
poisoning. but
he
just
ate
got
some
sick.
raw fish, like the little animal
Ugh.
that he is, and the man does enjoy
No,
a good fish dinner. Like, do you guys know about the Subway order?
Nuh-uh.
It's a
This
surprise
sounds
the
a
man
little familiar.
isn't
Feel free
sick
to
more
retell
often. I'll retell it for Trey's sake. Dylan, correct me if I'm wrong here, but the man would regularly go to Subway and get tuna, pepperoni, and like onions as like his go-to sub.
Oof. Okay. I mean, I'm not judging.
I would
that's
judge.
I am.
That's a very bold choice of flavors thrown together, to say the very least.
Oh, one more bit of news I didn't think about. The Sonic Symphony World Tour has been extended. We've got new dates and such.
Oh, let's go.
And once again, this world tour consists of a little bit of Western Europe and America.
Brilliant. Amazing.
Not a chance in hell it's coming to you if you live in any of the non-main character countries. But, you know, there's such a thing as travel, I guess. The world tour is
Yeah.
where you're going. They're not the ones on a world tour. You are on the world tour. Traveling all the way from Lisbon, Ireland, Australia, I don't know where the fuck Lisbon is, to America. That one place, America, very specific.
Yeah, a very unknown country. They don't get a lot of stuff there, so happy for them.
Happy for
I
America.
did, though, secure a ticket for the next London showing, so I will 100% be there no
Nice.
matter what. Even though I am in crippling debt right now, I was like, you know what? Buy now, pay later. Let's get this. Let's fucking get it.
That's
And,
how I do. Yeah.
Mr. Terry Chaos is in the chat saying, see you there, pup, stalking intensified. Yeah, Terry here, is one of the people that I went to the last one with. We hung out. We went to this comic shop called Forbidden Planet. We looked at all the saucy manga books, and it was just a good time. And Bad Nick Mechanic, you don't need to knock Ginger on my hotel room, because I won't be getting a hotel room because I live near. I'm not going to say where I live, but I live near enough that I can just hop a train and get there. Also, if you call it knock down Ginger or knock off Ginger or whatever, you're a pussy. It's called Ding Dong Bitch, alright? So, that's, yeah. Anyways, terms and conditions, as per the usual. All super chats are read at the end of the show, and the show is made possible by our wonderful Patreons. And we got a new one over on Sunset City that I just want to quickly shout out before we get stuck in. So, I can tell you guys are new. You're letting me speak. You're not like that silly garrulous 64. You're letting me speak.
Oh, so I can interrupt you. Okay.
Oh, you are allowed to interrupt me. Yeah, we've got Blue Mickey Mouse. Funny, we were talking about the Mickey Mouse strip house earlier. Blue Mickey Mouse has become the latest Nilk Bro. God, we got to update these perks so that they actually match the new show. But yeah, enjoy your Nick milk, of which there is no more supply. Yeah, I say a lot. If I say that's your chance to interrupt. Okay, so boys, you've got the piss up. Where do you want to start? We can do this in the order that's written down on the piss, or we can just go for whatever is tickling the pickle right now.
Well, you were just talking about changing the designated show thing of the Patreon to I'm assuming the Knuckles show, right? To make it more thematical with that. Is that what you were talking about?
No, that's not at all
Okay.
what I was. No.
Oh my god.
Really? Okay.
I was talking about how there was a perk named after Nick, and he's no longer on the show.
Oh, right. Okay.
If we start getting Patreon tiers themed after the Knuckles show, I will leave.
Well, I guess we could just start from order. The Knuckles Easter egg hunt.
I guess, yeah, we can begin by... Welcome back to week 4, everybody, of the Knuckles discussion.
Day 15.
Give it up for week 4.
Give it up.
The thing is, it was you that reminded me, or which one of you guys reminded me of the Knuckles thing? Was it you, Trey? I think it was you, Trey.
It was me. Yeah, it was me because I was like, if we want to make fun of it again, I mean, there's the Easter egg thing, which I misinterpreted as behind the scenes. It wasn't behind the scenes. It was just them listing off a bunch of Easter eggs that were in the TV show.
Yes.
So yeah. All right. I still haven't watched it, so like all this I don't really care about. So whoever wants to take the reins.
Did you see the Easter egg hunt video though?
I did not. No, I didn't see it.
The official Paramount Pictures Easter egg hunt, mind you, posted on the official Paramount Pictures page. Frank, did you see the Easter egg hunt video?
Yes, I did, and it made me very, very angry.
I was like, even now, this show is finding ways to make me upset.
The show is getting worse and worse.
So, first thing I just found funny was the one where it says the Ice Cap Resort is a reference to Ice Cap Zone. It is literally like, we hung a sign up on a building that had a Sonic level name on it. Praise us immediately. We care about the fans.
In the game, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and then there's like another one's like, oh, grapes, that's from Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Yeah, and then it's like Knuckles' gliding move, first seen in Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah, apparently Knuckles gliding is now a reference, rather than that's just the thing he's able to do.
Yeah, that's just his ability.
Look, man, the first Sonic movie was full of references. Remember that time he ran really fast? That was a fucking reference to Sonic 1.
But he's not very fast in Sonic 1. But
he's so fast.
Fast enough.
Blast processing.
Don't forget the world that Wade goes through.
God
resembles Emerald Hill Zone from Sonic 2.
Right.
I
saw
that one because that was being memed everywhere, and I was like, "Is this like? Are they being dead ass?"
So after episode 2, there was one thing I could praise in the show, because I was like, it feels like they did a little bit of their research here. It feels like there was actually an appreciation for the games. I was like, holy fuck, a practical Angel Island set that's made of cardboard and shit. That's wonderful. We're acknowledging Angel Island. We actually got to see Angel Island in this stuff. And, it sure as hell looks like Angel Island, albeit with the Green Hill Zone flowers and some of the terrain textures from Emerald Hill. A little confused, maybe. But it sure as hell looked like fucking Angel Island! And then, they spring it on me that this was meant to be fucking Emerald Hill from Sonic 2? The famous home of Knuckles the Echidna?
With the Green Hill Zone flowers.
With the Green Hill Zone flowers? And the Angel Island cliffs?
And
a level where Knuckles didn't even exist yet. was in the show.
But we did have to know Michael Bolton provides Wade's vocals for the song.
That was really obscure.
During the song,
I would never have known that. That bit where he said Michael Bolton, everybody. I just figured, oh, that's just a fun little part of the lyric, right? That's just a little joke, right? A little jokey joke. Yeah, and the Fire
Demon
is a reference to
the antagonist from the 2006 game Sonic the Hedgehog. I fucking hate this video.
Just call him fucking Iblis.
Just like 5 seconds of research. That's all you needed. 5 seconds. Just Google it. It's not that hard.
I have new theories though about the Knuckles show that have been given to me by wonderful friends of mine.
Please.
So, it's worth bearing in mind that Knuckles' production cycle would have been around about a year, right? Like, because it was announced very shortly before the release of Sonic 2 that Knuckles... And then it kind of went into production a little later. Now, it's crazy to think. Sonic 2 feels like ages ago, but it's literally, like, just a couple of years. So,
yeah.
Last year, 2023, the year of our Lord 2023... the majority of the year, a writer's strike was going on. Do we reckon that maybe Knuckles was impacted by the writer's strike?
Possibly.
There is a chance, but I feel like most of the work would have been done by the time that strike actually started.
Yeah, it's hard to say, like, because... that's the thing, is I'd imagine writing or pre-production would have started around about the time of Sonic 2's release. So, given that Sonic 2 released in April, that would still have given them a good few months before the strikes actually began.
Yeah, there is an article where it's like, that it started around April 2022, which the strike didn't start until, middle of that, last year?
The reason I say the strike thing, though, is because I'm noticing folks in the chat are saying, but it wasn't a CGI artist strike, so there's not really an excuse. Yeah, but it would explain why the show isn't fucking funny. Like, and I feel like that's the biggest, the biggest thing is that the show is, like, I mean... what's funnier, Schindler's List or Knuckles, you know? Like...
Jeez.
To be fair, I don't like none of the Paramount Sonic movie anything has made me laugh.
There are moments in the Sonic movies that made me laugh. Also, I just want to point out, well, that was an extreme joke. Like, neither of them got a laugh out of me, and only one of them was meant to. So just put that in your pocket, okay? Yeah, no, the Sonic movie humor I don't necessarily find outright funny. It's very kind of broad humor, which is fine for what it is. But, like, Boom made me laugh. The movies don't really make me laugh. There are occasional funny things in the movies, but, like, just not really.
Nothing that you would point out and be like, oh, that was, that's, like, the funniest thing I've ever heard. It's like, oh, that's kind of funny. Okay.
Yeah,
I ruffled and I XD'd a little bit when Knuckles was eating the grapes. But then the other theory. Okay, so the writer's strike theory, that was courtesy of Tom Topics. This other theory is courtesy of my flatmate Dom, who said he believes what probably happened was that maybe Paramount had like a rejected pitch for a comedy TV show laying around. One that was maybe like about a guy who is being chased down by the FBI, His bowling buddy is a bounty hunter who wants to cash in on the money with him, and then he, goes to do a bowling tourney and stuff like that, and reconnects with his dad. Like, I was like, that's like, so what his theory is that that show was pitched, kind of, maybe it was a failed pitch, but they decided to resurrect some of that, rework a lot of the scripts, and then episode 1 would have been written just for the show completely. And I can very easily imagine that, because the thing is, yes, you can take Knuckles out of the equation, replace Gunn with the FBI, and then kind of, Wade could be any kind of comedy schlub. And so it goes, but, like, I absolutely believe him when he kind of says, yeah, this could have been something where they picked up some scripts out of the rejected bin and reworked it for a quick cash grab, while the one they're actually putting their hearts into is hopefully Sonic 3.
God, I hope so.
I could see it. I could, like, what's like the estimate? Like, Hollywood receives like 30,000 scripts per year or something like that. Like, it's like an insane number, and it's like, yeah, like the show just seems like it's very I don't know, interchangeable.
Yeah,
so yeah, I could see it.
The overall template, you could literally swap out any of these characters so easily. Knuckles you can take out of the show, and like all the antagonistic forces can be just traded for something else. You can literally take the buyer out of the equation, as long as you've got the FBI hunting a guy down and a bounty hunter, and then the reconnecting with the father part. Like, there's no actual involvement in the bowling storyline from Knuckles. I thought when this was first announced as, like, Knuckles is training Wade and stuff, I thought it was going to be, like, Wade has a bowling team, and that Knuckles is just a part of that bowling team. And, like, part of the funny is he teaches Wade to be a warrior, while Wade teaches him to get his mitten gloves inside a bowling ball. And, they kind of teach each other these very impractical things. Whereas that doesn't really happen. There's very little actual... Like, Wade does a lot of this stuff by himself. Like...
There is also there is also no training whatsoever that Knuckles does. Like,
none.
He does not train Wade in any way.
Yeah. Like, fucking... Yeah, so episode 1 kind of sets up that that's going to happen. Episode 2, he rescues Knuckles. He's pretty much already ready by that point. Episode 3, goes undercover, lives with his parents. Like, episode 4, he rescues himself. Episode 5, Knuckles does fuck all. Episode 6, Knuckles does fuck all. Like,
there's a hint that he might do something, and then he's easily defeated.
And that's the thing, is like, yeah, it doesn't feel like when they started writing these scripts, like the plan was Knuckles is training him as his protege. It feels like they had a bowling story and they just stuck Knuckles on top of it. So I absolutely think that my buddy Dom might be on the money there with his theory of this being just a picked-up project that has been reworked.
It'd be one that I could believe.
Yeah, like, I feel like that's the case with a lot of movies and projects too, where like they find a script and then kind of like transform it or make it transformative to fit like the context of what they're trying to make. Like,
and the question is, like, how many folks here, and this question extends to Sonic fans, and I want to know, all joking aside, I'm asking this respectfully, how many folks here, let's say this is not a Sonic project, let's say this isn't advertised as a Sonic project, how many folks here would tune into a show about a loser dude who wants to do a bowling tournament to reconnect with his dad who's on the run from a bounty hunter, with the style of humor that it has? Because I don't think the concept sounds inherently bad, but with this sort of very Paul Blarty humor that it has, how many of us Sonic fans would actually tune into that?
Oh, go ahead.
Even if I wasn't a Sonic fan, I still wouldn't watch it. That
right,
kind of humor,
it's...
like, it can only last for so long for me until I get really tired of it. It probably only lasts about 5 or 10 minutes for me, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'll move on.
It is very, very Paul Blart, like Nickelodeon kind of thing.
To be fair, the first Paul Blart movie got some laughs out of me. It got some laughs out of me. There's more than I can say about anything, Knuckles related.
I think Dylan and Gunner and I think Badnik Mechanic as well, I think they're all onto something where it's like, you'd probably give it a chance if it was like someone else is putting it on for you to see, but you wouldn't necessarily hunt it down. You wouldn't go out of your way to see it. Whereas because this was a Knuckles thing, a lot of us went right out of our way to see it. A lot of us set a couple hours aside on our weekend to watch this. Like,
you know what? That's not too far off. That's like that's a very real thing that that's a real experience that I had where I was hanging out with some friends and one of them put on Black Adam and I didn't care.
That movie's hilarious.
I'll let that play in the background. There were some points that we laughed at, but for the most part, I was just bored. And I was like, I was just there to hang out.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's background entertainment at best.
Yeah, it's like I wouldn't.
It's like wallpaper.
Like,
it's like audio. It's like audio visual wallpaper. It's like just throw it on the background. Don't think about it. Whatever.
I think it's funny. This is probably the most mellow discussion we've had on this show about Knuckles.
Well, I think it also helps that I'd never seen it. So, like...
Well, the thing is, like, how many times have we gone over it and, like, you know, the discussion gets less and less heated?
Yeah, I suppose my anger towards it is subsiding. I still think I'm living in a simulation, but... I'm still in utter disbelief.
I'm not one who will, like, go on a rant just in a similar way. I'm just... at this point, I'm just like... I'm just ready to move on.
Well, like... And I'm definitely not above going on rants and Twitter arguments. Like, I've done that in the past. But I feel like as time has gone on, I've just realized that, like, getting super heated about this kind of stuff is just kind of like a dead end type of thing, you know, where it's like, because at the end of the day, the conversation always ends up the same, where it's like, okay, if you like it, that's fine. I just didn't like it for X, Y, and Z. And it's like, okay, well, you can like what you can like, and I can not like what I don't like. And, you know, there's only so many times you can have that same conversation without thinking, like, okay, maybe it's time to, like, move on from it, I guess, like, as a subject matter. So
my thing is this,
sorry, go on.
And this is how I've been with Sonic opinions as of late. It's like I will never get into arguments on Twitter over it. I'll just state my opinion and leave it at that. If somebody tries to argue back with me, I'm not even going to acknowledge the argument. The only time that I will actually, like, go really deep into, like, whatever talking points that I have is for video content only. It's like, you know what? If you're going to be annoyed with my with how I feel about something, I'm going to benefit in the end.
I have no discipline. I can't help but get involved. But Thomas Circle in the chat says something cool here. One of the biggest faults unrelated to Knuckles is that it's so obvious that Wade's father will be an irredeemable jerk. The whole plot is based on wasted effort. And it kind of brings me back to an idea I had that maybe one of the themes of this show could have been willful ignorance and denial. That could have been quite a good thing because, like, Knuckles effectively worships Chief Pachacamac. Thinks he's the most wonderful guy in the world. And Wade adores his father, despite the fact that he abandoned him. And despite the fact that he's not even really sorry about it. So I think they could have had this thing of, like, denial over your tribe. You know, like, these are your family. And, like, it's hard to process when you are betrayed by family. They could have had Wade discovers the truth about his father, Knuckles discovers the truth about Chief Pachacamac, and that would have at least had some kind of thematic cohesion. Obviously, that's quite a serious little subject for this show to get into, but this is the same show that wanted to give us a subplot about a father who abandoned his kid. I feel like if you're going to do that, you kind of have to kind of go the whole hog, you know?
It would have made the show more interesting. I don't know if it would improve it a lot, but, I mean... It'd be a lot better than Wade being like, yeah, but he's my dad. I want him part of my life. And then he is betrayed by him.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Because
kind of like a never meet your heroes kind of message as well. Man, so much like that's the thing is, like, I feel like if they were writing this stuff from scratch, it would write itself effectively, you know? Which is, I think, more credence to these were repurposed scripts from another thing. Like, I think it's... The more you think about it, the more it adds up, because I just don't understand what the thought process would be behind the direction the show takes, considering what the premise is and what it was advertised based upon. But yeah, that is just kind of how that is. That Easter egg hunt video made me violently unwell. Probably the reason why Dylan is off.
Yeah, he watched the video and he was like, "Guys, I can't do it."
It's like, guys, I can't.
So, okay, next topic on the piss. What do we have? Man, we're speeding through this. So, we had a little leak. A little leak has come about. So, obviously, Sonic X Shadow Generations is just around the corner. It's well on its way. And there's been a leak of what the icon on Steam will be. So, that isn't necessarily box art or anything like that. Just a little icon that shows up in your Steam library. Have you guys seen that?
Yes, I have.
What about you, Trey? You seen it?
Are you talking about like the icon, like the where
the one that uses like the old Generations renders for
like,
modern Sonic, and then you have like shadow above it.
Big shadow.
Big shadow.
This is the first and only time I will probably ever say this, but like it feels very placeholder-esque. I never say that because I've been bitten in the ass before by saying that something's a placeholder.
Haven't we all? Sonic Superstars boss theme springs to mind.
Yeah, but like with this icon, like a couple things as to why I think it's a placeholder. For one, it was leaked. It wasn't like an official. Whenever something's officially released, I always assume like, okay, that's pretty close to the end product. Which is why I never thought that the boss music was a placeholder because they showed that off, and everything. It just looks like a 2-minute Photoshop job where they just took a bunch of renders and just put them together, like just to get the thematic idea of what the game's about. Like I want to say that it's either going to be that render that we saw before, where it's like the Shadow and Sonic like jumping out of like an explosion, I think is what it was, or something like that. Maybe
the
that
Fearless Year of Shadow render. I love that render.
Yeah, that render is great. I think if they just like crop that to be an icon, like that would be so much better than what this is, and that's why I think this is a placeholder. But if it's not, then like
wouldn't surprise me.
You live and you learn. It's the same shit as before.
You live and you learn. Yeah, so looking at it right now, I can see this being the case because, the Steam icons are usually pretty low effort anyway. I can't really see them, going too hard with it. I just find it funny how big Shadow is in comparison to the other two. I am kind of... It does lead me to hope that this isn't how it's going to be on, like, the box art or anything. There's nothing to say that it is. However, it is worth noting that if I were to just scroll through my Steam Sonic games, a lot of those icons do at least match the renders that are on the box art. And Sonic renders is quite a contentious topic. One of the things that I find quite just, I guess, sad is that I understand this is a remaster, so people are kind of saying, what do you expect? They're probably just going to reuse the old renders. They did the same with Colors Ultimate. I think it would be nice to get new renders for this, or at least redone ones, maybe, with adjusted lighting or anything. I don't truthfully think the Generations renders are bad at all, and they have aged pretty well, but it is also just kind of sad that it's like 13 years later, the renders are the exact same. Now, I might be wrong about this. It might be that when we see the box art, there are brand new renders. But as it is, like, just looking at this is a reminder that the renders have not, like, come any kind of distance from this. They haven't progressed, they haven't improved, or anything like that. Even though, like, Sonic's in-game model has stylistically changed a little bit. I mean, look at Frontiers. He's now furry and soft, and he's got shorter quills and stuff like that. Yet the renders stay the same. Some folks have said that they've redone the lighting. No, they haven't. They've touched it up in Photoshop. They've, put a little bit of highlight on his quills. But it's like, this also would have been a good opportunity to have, like, maybe the two Sonics are in the same pose, but the facial expression is them looking at Shadow like they've just been interrupted, a bit like in that reveal trailer, Like...
Yeah.
Right. I think, like, you made a good point about the Colors Ultimate renders being the same as the old ones, and, like...
There was one new one.
There was.
Yeah, I
well,
was
like,
gonna bring that up. Was like, wasn't there like a brand new one that they used at some point?
Yes, they only
Yes.
used it on
Actually
certain promo art, though. It didn't get a lot of usage, and that's really unfortunate because I think that would have been a really good one to have put on the box art or something.
I think with Sonic X Shadow Generations, I think it's going to be a little bit different because, well, I don't know. I like the way that something's advertised in the end product has always been kind of like a point of contention, but it really seems like they're leaning heavy into the shadow side of this, I guess, like remake. Meanwhile, Colors Ultimate was just supposed to be a flat out like remaster with like some bells and whistles added on.
Yeah.
But like with Sonic X Shadow Generations, there's a whole new game mode attached to it. So I would think with something that is going to be new content, they're going to have some new and updated renders to coincide with that. But again, like I don't fucking know.
Given
Like,
that, yeah, there
could be
is
wrong.
basically a new game on this. I'm hoping that the box art or the posters and stuff like that aren't just going to be a bash of different renders that already exist. Or like maybe you get a new Shadow among two familiar Sonics, which is what we've got here in this little thumbnail thingy. Like, I am hoping that they'll have a nice, brand new, bespoke box art for this that kind of communicates that this is a new experience with a Sonic Generations remaster in there, basically. And again, I think we're being very liberal with calling it a remaster because, to all intents and purposes, it doesn't look like a remaster.
It's a port, yeah. It's
if
like
that is
which,
how
like,
it's gonna look.
Like if we've seen like what it looks like in the trailers and everything, it is basically going to be like a glorified port of the game, which I'm fine with. Generation still looks fantastic, so I'm not going to complain.
This is why I've always said with the PC version, I guarantee you're going to get two executable programs. One of them's going to be Sonic Generations, and the other one's going to be Shadow Generations, or whatever they're going to call the second part of it.
Yeah, and just with like maybe like a minor patch just to like get it running in 4K native and stuff like that.
And then it'll probably have like a launcher for it.
That would be
that's
great.
The thing is, they are kind of selling it as a remaster when to the general public, unless you know the ins and outs of it, and even then, we don't even know what that is. It's not a remaster to the average person. A person picking this up, buying it based on this is a remaster. It's like you can tell until the cows come home. Oh, maybe it's got this now. It's got 4K textures, but if they don't see the difference, it's not worth calling it a remaster.
Right. Also, if it is just two executables, then I hope that the modding side of Sonic Generations on PC still remains intact.
Oh no, they'll find a way to break it.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
De novo DRM. Like I can already tell that's going to be like one of the first things they do, and then they'll probably try to do some other nonsense to just break all the mods, or make it harder to bring in the mods from like Generations, what we currently have right now, to what this release is going to be. And I guarantee Sonic Generations, the current version that you can get right now, guarantee that will be delisted in favor of this remaster.
Oh, definitely. I mean, they did it with Origins, and like from the looks of things, the differences between this and the old one are going to be even more negligible. I think what a major tell will be if the life system is still there. Then you'll know what the priority was.
That will go away. It will be a save system.
You reckon? Because I don't think they're even going to do that. Yes. I think it's literally going to be the remaster is the lowest effort thing in the world. I reckon it's just going to be literally a port and then a separate executable. I don't think they will.
They will have a feature that will barely function enough for it to somehow get rid of the lives feature, or get rid of lives altogether.
Just bring back.
You reckon? I'm gonna run a poll
or something from like Origins or something.
I want to run a poll.
I'm kind of with Up here, where it's like, I really think they're putting all their eggs in the shadow side of things, and I really doubt that Generations is going to have barely any changes at all, including the life system. I think they're just going to keep it vanilla in favor of like focusing all of their resources on the shadow side of things.
I cannot wait to see what the digital deluxe edition is going to look like. God, I hate that so much. Sega is terrible with their digital deluxe for everything they've released.
Pay an extra $7 and you'll get the super peel out.
Don't give them ideas. God,
they'll have the drop dash, and then they'll break half the functionality. You can move the camera on the title screen.
They might do that. Yeah, they might. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you can move. Yeah, pay $5 you can move the camera. I was so pissed off with Orphans with that bullshit because I was under the impression that you could rotate the camera around the entire thing, but no,
like
you
it was a model, you know, like
you just
it was
fucking
like a
just pan,
Zoom in
right?
and
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to look at it like it was a model because there might be some Easter eggs in the back or something. That would have been fucking sick. But no, it's just you just zoom in and pan, and then
You know
people
what would have been
defended it,
even-
and I was like, I'm gonna kill everyone.
what would have been even just really cute would have been if you could actually control the little 3D Sonic on those island and just have him run around it, and you could just
that would have been so
love that.
sick.
I would have loved that.
yeah, because that's the
No,
thing I'm
Sonic
thinking of is like comparing this to say Sonic Jam. Sonic Jam gave us the 3D world. It would have been so,
that was
cool
so cool.
to have had an equivalent to the 3 or a demo of Sonic Frontiers thrown in there as the equivalent to the 3D world.
The 3D world.
That would have been.
I would have taken.
That would have been sick.
I guess a demo of Frontiers would have been cool. I would have just taken the 3D world,
Or what, just take it from Sonic Jam.
or like
I would have taken like
a newer version of it where you can go around with the models that they have on the menu for Sonic Origins. That would
Yeah, and make
nice
those
to go around
islands
with.
like a playable geometry that they can actually run around on. That would have been so cute.
I have a lot of.
Someone
hatred
told me
for
this-
Sonic Origins.
someone told me to stop saying sick.
Sick.
Yeah,
But
sick.
it would be sick.
Get a
Oh,
load
is
of the
it- is it
little get a
kinda-
load of little dictator in here.
Is it because
Stop
Dylan's
it,
sick
Trey!
and I shouldn't joke about that?
It's because Dylan is sick and it's very insensitive.
Dude, totally
Because he
wicked,
saw-
totally sick.
That's
Oh,
wicked
that's
sick,
sick, man.
bruv. Hell yeah, cuz.
You know what?
Hell yeah.
I bet they make generations. Oh, I know I shouldn't have read
Well,
that.
don't.
But
What the fuck, Frank?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just
Do I have to
It's,
get the
it's
stick?
topical. Radical bodacious. Can we get a bodacious in the chat?
Can
Actually,
we get a tubular? Oh wait, no.
you-
It's
That's for a
totally
different
tubular.
franchise. Sorry.
it's totally tubular.
Totally tubular. This is the hello, Mario. This is the male penis and testicles. Okay, guys.
What's up?
Stinky has to be slang for awesome now.
Dude, that shit's stinky. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
hella
that-
fucking stinky.
that-
No, because
that-
the original Generations was a hella fucking stinky game. I think
yeah, it
the
was-
new
it was-
one,
had
the
that
new one is
stank
going to
in
be
it.
the stinkiest of the remasters they've ever done. Because here's the thing: if they just don't ruin anything, this will be the stinkiest remaster of them all. Like by
If they don't-
default.
If they don't touch, like the thing is, if they don't touch anything, this will already be stinkier than Sonic Colors Ultimate.
Just leave it be, and we will be hella stinky, bro.
You put some. You know, it's funny because like the term stank is like a music term, like stank face. Like that's a thing. So it already is a thing.
I
where
thought
it's like-
stank was like that must that you build up through fucking.
I mean, that's the same. I mean that too. But like, whenever you're playing drums, like you're playing in a music group and you're in the pocket and all of you are locked in, like with each other, like you get that stank face. That's what that's called. And like, and
I see. Is
And
that
yeah.
sort of like that little? I am in the mode of the music is
yeah, I'm
is
in the
causing
fucking
the
zone.
blood to flow to my beppis.
Yeah, like I'm in the zone, and like you can usually tell by like their facial expressions where they're like it looks like they smelled something like rancid, but it's a thing where it's like nah, like they're just locked in. They're feeling it. That's what that is.
I think I know what you're talking about
They're
now.
feeling
Yeah,
their
yeah,
oats,
okay.
as the
Yeah,
drag
yeah.
community would say.
Like I'll like maybe I can like show you an example of like later after the show of what I'm fucking talking about. But that still is kind of a thing. But no, if Sega's watching this, we mean awesome, not
Yeah.
stinky as in stinky. We mean stinky as in awesome. Get with the
Like,
times,
Sega,
old
why don't you
man.
just switch this off? All right, just you're not ready for this, Sega.
If
Just switch it
Sega's
off.
watching this, if Sega's
Yeah.
watching this, I have a question for you. Why do I need to pay $10 when I have the digital deluxe edition of Sonic Origins?
Brother, oh my god. Like, yeah, I remember that. I was fucking livid when I saw that pop up. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Me too. I wanted.
Yeah.
To get, like, okay, it might be like $5. Okay, I go and see. No, you have to buy the fucking bundle, and two-thirds of it you already own if you have digital deluxe. I fucking hate Sonic Origins so much.
I was like, you realize I'm probably less likely to buy this if I wasn't a content creator. But I will say this, like, I did kind of want to revisit the Sonic Origins conversation, because I remember back when Origins came out, discussions on Sunset City about it were pretty negative overall, but I must admit, I've noticed lately that it is my go-to way of playing these games now. Like, I haven't picked up the Genesis collection to play those games ever again since. I'm just happy with the overall package. I'm not happy with how much it cost. I am not happy with the release rollout, but now that all is said and done, and that's just dust in the wind, I must admit, I'm glad I own it. Like, I don't know. I really do like Origins. I just think the rollout was really bad.
Yeah, I'm in agreement where it's like Origins did succeed on the one thing that it was supposed to be, and it was convenience. Like, it's way more convenient. It's way more convenient just to boot that up than to pull out my cartridges half the time. Now,
well, there's that, but I also like the widescreen. I like some of the new features.
Yeah.
I think also generally since Plus's release and the patch they released with that, I haven't noticed any bugs or problems now. Like, it's not something I run into. I don't know about you boys.
Well, personally, I've only ran into one bug, and that was pre-patch, and it was whenever I was playing as Knuckles, and I went to like this top part of Ice Cap, and I just got stuck, and there was no way for me to get out. That's the only time I ever ran into like a glitch.
The worst one for me wasn't even necessarily a glitch as such. It was just something where they got the variables a bit wrong on the initial release.
Why? Oh, I'm so sorry. Why is Nick in the chat like making fun of me? I do have a better mic. I just don't have Wi-Fi. I have a better mic. I have it. I want to stream, but like Wi-Fi is down right now, so I'm using my phone. And no, I won't take off your jacket.
That's not even his jacket. It's the wrong color.
Yeah, it's teal. Yeah, it's transform. I want
to be
be
fair,
like
teal is
up,
not
Nick.
a real color, but you know how it is.
What? What are you fucking? How is it not a real color?
The real colors are blue, red, yellow, and shit. That's a made-up color, dude. Teal.
Yellow and stank, you know. Yellow and stank, you know?
Red is the stinkiest color of all, though. Okay. What was I had something. Oh yeah, no. So the glitch that ruined Sonic Origins when it first came out for me was in Sonic 2. If you're playing as both Sonic and Tails, when Tails goes off screen, he can't recover, so he just keeps jumping and jumping and jumping and jumping. Now, I'm someone who likes to play the game with Tails, because that's part of what Sonic 2 is all about. You got the duo, you got Tails. I love Tails. I love that little guy. To play the game without him it ain't the same, man. But the thing is also, if you're playing it on story mode, by default, you have Tails with you. So, I couldn't listen to any of the bangers in Sonic 2, because all I could hear was blip, 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 and that was the worst fucking thing. Yep. When they patched that out, I was like, okay, now it's almost an acceptable product. The one thing I will say now is there's a lot of, they could have done's with Sonic Origins. I've always thought, I'd love to have way more customization options. Even just silly things such as choose which sprite set that you want to play in the game. Like, you could play the Sonic 3 Sonic sprite in one. Yeah. Just little customizable features like that. But the one thing where I do now think this still really ought to be fixed is the save system on Sonic 1, 2, and I think CD. Is that, like, the save system is in a completely different kind of technological language to the one in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Especially with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, once you've completed the game on a save, you can revisit any level you want. Whereas with Sonic 1, 2, and CD, you gotta activate the cheat menu, or you gotta just go for the record time. Like, and that sucks. That sucks, because then you can't, unless you cheat, you cannot just go back with Supersonic and all the stuff that you've worked for over the course of the game. You gotta go from the start.
Yeah, I agree. Also, I'm gonna get an artist to commission me to wear my my red flannel, because like apparently Nick's just like, get your own drip, and it's like, I have my own style.
You're really gonna bend over to him like that?
Look,
you're really gonna let him do that to you?
Yes, absolutely.
What the fuck? Whose fucking husband are you?
Oh no, I do want to update this pic. Wayne did a great job. Wayne made my icon, and he did a fantastic job. But I do want to update it a little bit.
Wait, did Nick draw you an avatar?
Oh, years ago. So like, whenever I did a cover for Mystic Cave Zone, I commissioned Nick to draw me like the thumbnail art for that. And it's great. It's fantastic. We can use that one. The only thing is that it's like it's me like with the flashlight in my hand because it's like a Halloween themed. Like,
oh, I've seen
song.
this. Yeah, I've seen this pic. Yeah, I didn't know that was a Nick.
Yeah, that was Nick. Yeah, absolutely.
Where's my fucking? Holy shit. Where's my fucking avatars, Nick? Huh? Where's my fucking avatars?
Well, you gotta pay him. I paid him.
Me no avatar.
You know? That's what I'm
I'll pay him in
exposure.
Yeah, I will expose him.
You know,
Nick is a bitch-ass motherfucker, everybody.
As a musician, I hate exposure coin so much.
Pup is going to expose himself to him to get that piece of art.
Hello there. These are my genitals. There is. I wanted to kind of get us back on track, though.
What are you paying him with? What are you doing?
I wanted to kind of get us back on track.
You have a Jezebel spirit. I don't know what you're talking about me for, but like you have a Jezebel spirit.
That sounds like the name of like a boat. If like we bought a boat, it would be called the Spirit of the Jezebel. Like
the Spirit of Jezebel. That's like the worst boat you can name. The worst thing you can name. That would be like struck down by God immediately.
Well, there's one. There is down where so where I live, there's this big river where they got all these boats and stuff, and there's a boat there called Aquanaut, right. And I think that is the coolest fucking name ever, Aquanaut. But I want the Spirit of the Jezebel now, like.
You know what? Let's do it. I live near the coast, so if y'all ever visit, I can get a boat.
Let's get boats.
Go out. Let's get boats. Yeah.
Actually, I love that idea.
I love that too. It's been so long since I've been out on the water, but like I miss going jet skiing and stuff like that.
Even if we get little rowboats or something, like
like canoes.
My boat will definitely be called the Spirit of the Jezebel. You guys can name it whatever you could name yours the Lady of Babylon or something.
The Lady of
Jezebel
Babylon.
Spirit sounds like a riverboat in a racist theme park.
Oh no! What the fuck?
Why?
Wait, there's no gators or anything, are there, Trey? Because this is the thing I tend to take for granted about the UK.
Not where.
Is in the UK, you can just wander off into the water anywhere you go, and there won't be crocodiles or anything. I didn't say it like that, though, did I, Frank?
You did not. I just wanted to say it.
I did not. Yeah, no, you can go out in the woods, and there's no black widow spiders or anything. Just regular-ass spiders that are just perfectly kosher. You can go anywhere, and there's no fucking black widows, there's no crocodiles, no none of it. We're just... We have very mellow wildlife here. Like...
These spiders,
need
very
to fix that.
respectable.
The UK sounds messed up.
Yeah. These spiders, very respectable. No crocodiles.
Why did you say it like Donald Trump?
That's how you described it. As
these spiders, they're very respectful. There's no crocodiles.
How the hell, like, are spiders kosher? What are you talking about? What the fuck is this? They're sipping on tea with a pinky up? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
They are chill. There's no dangerous spiders here that I know of.
Like, bro, this song, very kosher. You know what I'm saying? This song right here is very, like,
they're very
so
stinky
kosher.
Spiders, you know?
Yeah, these spiders stankin', you know what I mean? So,
oh, they stankin'.
Okay, so thankfully over here, we don't have much in terms of gators. You still have to, like, look out for some, but it's not like Louisiana, where there's, like, a bunch of gator life and stuff like that, a bunch of crocodiles. So, yeah, over here it's
kosher,
relatively... Right? They're kosher if you don't... if you don't fuck with them. You know what I mean? It's like you just let them do their thing. They're kosher. I'm gonna start saying that now, and everyone's gonna look at me like I'm fucking stupid.
We'll try and get on track. I did find a little something. I found a little something. I'm gonna put it in the back rooms, and we can talk about this.
Okay.
We have another new render.
Okay.
This one.
Oh my god, is that the evil Deluxe?
He wanted you to say his name last week, by the way. He put in a super chat.
No, I did see that. So there you go, the evil.
It took 1 week, but you got what you wanted.
Evil Dalek. It's been
1 week.
1 week since you looked at me.
Well, so I guess I'll put it up on screen for the visual listeners.
I had this idea. I had this idea of doing a bit where I just like message you through DMs, like, "Hey, can you say something really quick and record it?"
Wait, what?
Oh, really? Oh, you should have.
Yeah, I really should have, but I forgot when the show was over.
Well, the thing is, like, I was about to leave, and then the evil Dalek was like, "No, I wanted him to read my super chat." Then I look back, and it's like, say my name, and I was like, "Oh, damn!" Like, I hate that I had to leave. So there you go.
We had Frank say it instead, but he kind of got it correct from the jump.
Yeah.
But that. Okay, so boys, check backrooms. There is a new Sonic render for Sonic Rumble. And I'm going to pull it up on screen for those who are watching the show as opposed to the audio listeners. For the audio listeners, I will describe it. It is Sonic running along with a label to place on Dylan's back.
Beta.
Dylan catching strays today.
It's like, yeah, man. It's like a kick me sign, but instead it just says beta.
The thing I love about Dylan is it is no harder to insult the man behind his back than it is in front of him.
Dylan's a sweetheart.
He is a sweetie. But yeah, no, this is a Sonic Rumble. We've got our little toy-style Sonic. I gotta say, like, obviously I wouldn't want this as like a mainline Sonic render, but it is actually so nice to see a new model.
I actually don't mind it.
It is.
It's fine.
It's and plus, like, I'm not expecting anything like crazy from this, just because like it's just a render saying like, hey, the beta's out or something, or not out, but like.
Wait, Dylan came out. Oh, good for him. Hell yeah, Dylan.
Oh,
be who you want to be.
Yeah, everyone applause that man coming out. So
can we get like some clap emotes in the chat, please?
Hey, hold on. Can I do this? Is this
going
to come through?
A reflection of what looks like a tree on the back of his shoe.
I'm seeing
hold on.
that.
Can y'all hear this?
Also, the
yeah, I hear it.
Yeah.
Everyone claps. Claps for Dylan.
Okay, stop with the
stack
clapping.
of papers looks.
All right, yes, sir.
The stack of papers that's apparently Dylan's the note that goes on Dylan's back. Yeah, I don't see how anything would hold like a stack of papers like that. Like,
I think the papers have been like drawn where the model.
Yeah.
Yeah. They haven't put any paper physics on it. But the thing I like about this is he looks like he's made of hollow plastic, which also makes it because this game was Sonic Toys Party for a while. But shut up. But he looks like if he were to run along a plastic floor, he'd make a little clickety clack with his shoes, and I like that. I hope he makes.
Please add that.
I hope that's in the game, because it's meant to be they're in play sets and everything's made of plastic. That's the art style, which I love, by the way, for what this project is. I hope they make little plastic clickety-clack sound effects when they run.
That would get so annoying, because you have like 40-plus people doing that.
It doesn't matter. You can just turn it down.
It just sounds like a bunch of clams. Just.
I mean, is it any more annoying than if they used the classic Sonic jump sound effect with like 30 people on screen all jumping?
I mean, fair, but also like I think for me, I've just kind of got used to it. Yeah, but I think the render's cute. Again, like it's not. This isn't meant to be like a huge, like I don't know, groundbreaking thing. It's just
it's not.
It's not.
What are you talking about? This is an open zone experience.
Not open world, open
This
zone.
is actually a brand new experience. Like this is actually, you know.
I
was
mean,
hoping for you to call that.
visually, on a visual level, the game does look better than Sonic Frontiers, but that's beside the point.
It like honestly,
Called
it looks.
consistency.
It looks like a more toyed up version of Dream Team. The best way I could kind of describe it.
If you place your visual assets down in a way that looks like thought went into it, your game will look better than Sonic Frontiers. But
Sadly, yeah.
that said, there has been some new footage from it recently. I don't know if you boys have watched it. I don't have much to say. The frame rate does look better than it does in the reveal footage, but I also don't know if that is me seeing what I want to see. Because I remember...
do you have a link for this?
I do not.
Oh, okay. Because
but just because it would come up on the Twitter timeline.
I'm willing to give them benefit of the doubt and be like, okay, maybe their recording just sucked, or something, or it's like.
The thing is, why would you
early and
use that though? Why would you use that for your reveal trailer? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like a very weird decision that they went with, and
I found it.
Okay.
I'll put it in the back rooms. You guys can see for yourself. I don't know if I'm looking at what I want to see, because I know I had an instance of this when they released the 7-minute footage of Sonic Frontiers, and I was like, my god, the pop-in is fucking ridiculous here. And then they released some new footage, and I was like, oh, the pop-in ain't so bad here. And then the game came out, I was like, well, it's not as bad as the 7-minute preview, but fuck me, the pop-in is bad.
I really like this. I like how all of this, oh shit, there's Green Hill.
Yeah, we knew. Green Hill and Chemical Plant are going to be in this game, as is Seaside Hill. And I think we've discussed it in a previous episode that, like, for what this is, Sky Sanctuary is also there. But for what this is, as, like, a game that is effectively a marketing chip to get new people into Sonic, but also they're new assets, at least. They are toy versions of these games, and they look nice.
You're also getting like Frozen Factory, Lava Mountain,
Sky
Sanctuary. Yeah, it like honestly, it looks very pleasing to the eye. I like it. I am gonna love that Starlight Carnival one.
Oh yeah, Starlight Carnival is such a visually cool stage.
Some of like the panning shots that they have for it is a little framey, but again, considering when it's actually going to release, I guarantee that they'll smooth that out eventually.
I mean, this preview is also a million times better than what that first preview was.
Yeah, but then again, this is just like all of the level assets, but you don't have like the 40-something characters running on screen.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say maybe the reason why the frame rate was tanking is not only the amount of people, but also like the internet connection provided.
Yeah. So we just gotta hope that no one fucking plays this game. And that there's just two people on screen at once.
We gotta hope that only 10 people play this game at one time on all times, and that's it. Like,
boys,
just those 10
it's not
people.
Sega's fault the game isn't optimized. You gotta ration your time, boys. You gotta go on it out of your time zone. Yeah. God, you're not being considerate to Sega!
Well, too bad. Cry more, womp womp, whatever you want to say. I think that...
I can't believe you would say that about our indie company, Sega.
I talk shit about every company when the opportunity brings itself up. But I have a feeling that if the 40-plus player thing is a little too much, they'll probably scale it back and be like, 30 players, why not?
Ignore those old commercials.
That's fine. Like, even
I'd
if
rather that
player,
than...
yeah, because then you have less chances for the game's frame rate to absolutely just drop into the single digits. It probably won't. I'm just exaggerating.
But still, as a very wise, very, very old, very, very old man said, fix your fucking game.
Yeah.
That's a Nick quote.
Yeah, Nick is very knowledgeable when he's being very blunt. It's like, just fix your fucking game.
Bluntly, dude, I love you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I think you're the best guy in the world.
Okay, somebody in chat was asking this. It's like, why did they announce Rumble now if it's not coming until winter? They're doing a beta test later on this month, which you have 2 more days to sign up for it if you're in the US. That you can sign up for the beta, so they'll be testing the game as it gets closer and closer to launch.
I have a question. I've signed up for it. I can probably just do this via a VPN, though, right?
I feel like you can get away with that.
Maybe I'd need like a USA storefront to access it, but fortunately the Sunset City page is USA, so I just log into Sunset City on my phone.
USA.
And then
Yeah,
USA.
that should work.
USA.
In theory, it should work.
well, hell yeah.
I think that's only as long as you can access the US storefront. I think you can hop on the game and play along if you are chosen for it. But remember, 2 more days.
Yep. I also signed up for like the beta test thing too. So like I don't know if I'll be able to access it, but like it's better to have at least like one of us have access to it.
Unfortunately, the
not
odds of
have-
me passing the beta test are really slim because I'm just such a fucking alpha jock. You know how it is.
I'm such an
may or may
idiot.
not I may or may not have signed up for it twice. One for Android, one for iOS.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Why do you have both?
I wish I had an Android
because
device
because
to-
I have
to
an
do that.
iPad and I have an Android phone.
Get a load of the wealthy Hollywood
Smart.
elite over here.
Smart.
Yeah, right.
Smart. Honestly, like I do want to. Like I wish I did have an Android device. That way, I could sign up for it again. Plus, Android devices have more flexibility when it comes to like
Yeah,
the
they
emulation
do.
side of things too.
Yeah,
so,
they do.
My big thing is also for certain games I can record using Samsung DeX. So instead of getting like the weird aspect ratios, I can have like a proper 16:9.
Ooh.
So
Actually, question
That
though,
does
do you
help out a lot.
reckon iOS would extend to Apple TV as well? Because I do have an Apple TV. I bought it for Dream Team.
I don't think it will. I think the most you could do with it is probably like cast it to your Apple TV, but
With a phone, which I don't have.
yeah, it's like I think that's what they're going to limit it to because a lot of, to my knowledge, I think Apple TV only supports Apple Arcade. If somebody knows more about that, feel free to correct me.
I
if I'm
noticed that
wrong.
you can't play like Sonic Dash Plus on an Apple TV, which sucks because I did want to play Sonic Dash Plus. I love Sonic Dash. I am 16 years old and I love Sonic Dash.
I'm surprised they didn't add some kind of controller support. I know that'd be difficult to do, but modern controllers have more than enough buttons and analog sticks to make it happen.
What, Sonic
well,
Dash?
it's just one button.
I don't know if we
Yeah,
got
it's
the
just-
buttons for this, guys.
I don't know if we have the buttons, guys. If you look,
Sonic
if you look
Dash
at
is
the
a very
controls,
complex game, guys.
you need a keyboard for this shit. You know, you need to rebind everything.
You need multiple screens. You need a few different types of key. You need one of those gaming sticks.
you gotta
You need ultra wide support. Have you seen those videos of people playing Sonic Dash in ultra wide? It's so funny. It's so
I've
funny.
yeah, I've
Because
seen,
like
I think it looks
because like
cool
the
though.
middle of the screen looks normal,
You
and
don't
then you
need a
just go
controller
out
for
to the.
Dash. I'm saying for Apple TV because you can't play games that only have touch controls through an Apple TV.
Actually, you can. No, you can. You can, bitch. Because I've got.
Oh, bitch, really?
It was a miserable experience, but I decided to try and play Sonic CD and Sonic 1 using the Apple TV remote and its little touchpad, and it's doable. It sucks, but it's doable.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
It is a
Can't do that.
miserable experience.
Yeah, no.
Wow,
Sonic,
okay then.
Sonic Dream Team, like, definitely does feel better with a controller on a TV, though. Which
I've
is
never played
still.
it without a controller. Like, I only have an Apple TV.
I only played it without a controller because I was going out of town with my family, and I didn't have like. No, I was actually flying. I think I was flying somewhere, and I didn't
I
have my
was
controller
going
with me,
out
so
of
I-
town to give my girlfriend a kiss.
I'm one of those people who believes
Yes.
that platformers are unplayable without a controller.
I remember when I
What?
first played Klonoa for the very first time. I'd heard Nick and Wayne sing this game's praises for decades upon decades. And I was like, I want to give this Klonoa a try. Let's see what I think of this Klonoa here. So I... Why did I do this? I don't know, but I decided to get an emulator on my phone and play Klonoa with touch controls. Like, damn, this game sucks! I keep
Like,
running
wow,
into
this game's
shit.
awful. It's like, yeah.
The
yeah, it
controls are
does.
garbage. I hate everything about this.
Man,
and that
these
Klonoa guy's
control-
an annoying little prick. He's not cute at all.
Whoa. Okay, those
And
are
then-
fighting words.
Yeah, no, well, this was the thing, was that I was just so mad at the game that everything was getting dragged in this run. Everything. Even the fucking soundtrack. I was that mad. But And that's insane to me because the soundtrack is incredible. But
It's
they're like,
gorgeous.
but here's the thing that happens is they're like, well, yeah, how can you think the game sucks so fucking much? Like, the controls are fucking terrible, bro. And then I'm like, admittedly, I am playing it on a phone with touch controls, and they burst out laughing like, Pup, you fucking idiot. But this was the thing that happened here was that when I was a youngin', back in the days of the Google Nexus 7 tablet, I used to play games on that sucker all the time. So I thought I was pretty used to touch controls. I used to... you know what I used to play? The Gameloft version of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. The Gameloft The Dark Knight Rises video game. Yes, that does exist.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Those games
right.
were fucking sick, by the way. So I was pretty used to mobile controls. Admittedly, the Google Nexus 7, it was the big hot ticket tablet for the first year it came out before people realized that this thing is just made of sand and it falls apart.
I don't think I've ever
So-
seen this thing before. Oh
Moral
god,
of the
that's what it looks
story.
like?
Wait, what is it again? Say it again.
The Google Nexus, which one is
The
it?
Google Nexus 7. I had the earliest
Oh,
model as
God.
well before they got a little rear-facing camera. I loved that thing, but the thing just turned to putty over time. Not because it was like physically falling apart, but like I'm guessing like the insides and stuff would degrade because the thing went from being the iPad's greatest rival to the most sluggish fucking thing ever made. And no one could have known
I
because it
Yeah.
just come out. It had just come out. No one would have known. I love
I would
that
have
thing.
assumed that this was like a budget tablet or something.
Oh, I mean, at the time it came out, it would have been about, I think, £199. So that would be quite a ways over 200. But this was considered the best tablet that wasn't an Apple at the time. It would have been, I think, 2011, 2013 kind of time.
Yeah, I think it's 2013.
Real pretty looking thing, too. I loved the way it felt in hand, but, like...
It is nice. The only thing I don't like is that it's just there's a massive bezel.
I didn't
Like,
mind
the
the
screen is
bezel.
kinda
I
smaller.
really didn't mind the bezel. Because I think the
Yeah,
bezel
it-
just looked aesthetic as fuck. But, oh my
Honestly, I
god,
think
now that
just
I'm...
makes it- I think that just makes it better to hold because then your thumbs aren't getting in the way of a video or something. You can just
Exactly.
actually have a hold instead of just holding the back of it and hoping that you don't drop it.
Yeah, holding it like a plate. You're just
Now
like,
that I'm
holding
talking about it, though, I can smell it. I can imagine the smell this thing had. It had a smell to it. It was a nice smell. Like that sort of new
Oh, I thought it was,
console
like,
smell, you
burning
know?
plastic.
No, it smelled lovely.
A
and
burning
the-
glass.
The back had sort of like a soft touch material to it. It smell. You ever
Oh,
just
okay.
pick up your Nintendo Switch and just put your nose over the little fan and just sniff it? Kind of like that.
No,
No? No one else does that?
no, I don't.
No, I don't think. Why?
So the
Why
little
did you
fan.
like say that as if it was like, Pup, I love you because you said that like it was like a recreational activity that like everyone does. It's like yeah, everyone.
You
sniffs the
never
fan.
pick up your Nintendo
It's like-
Switch and the fan that's on the top of it. You just sniff it. It smells electronical.
You can't get the dust from inside the system and put it in a line. You
You
have to
know
get it straight from the
what?
source.
Mine's
know,
not
it's true,
dusty.
Just stank.
The Nintendo Switch do be stankin' though.
But yeah, you know what? One of the first things I
Thank.
did when I got my Nintendo Switch Lite was Nintendo Switch Lite smells better than the Nintendo Switch in my opinion. But the first thing I did when I got it out of its packaging, I sniffed it. I was like, "Oh, that smells really good."
Okay. Well, that's normal.
That's
I think
different.
that's okay because it kind of hits your face anyways. You open up the box, it does have an aroma to it. That makes sense. But I've never like
That's just a,
held my
that's just a
Nintendo
new
Switch.
electronic smell, you know?
Yeah, like I've never held my Nintendo Switch and then looked at the fan and was just like, I wonder, and just like.
Also, so I've had the
Dude,
experience of
big
Do
owning.
we have any sniffers in the chat? Do we got people who be sniffing in the chat? Like,
Whether it's a
People who
Nintendo
be
Switch or a
sniffing.
finger. Any
No,
sniffers in the chat?
Let me tell you something. So I've had the experience of unboxing both a Nintendo Switch Lite and a Nintendo Switch. I originally got a Nintendo Switch Lite because I just wanted to play Animal Crossing, and my partner at the time had the full version of the Switch, and it was one of those things where it's
Right.
like, oh, one day I'll move in with her, and then I'll be able to play the Switch docked on a TV. But that obviously doesn't go ahead. So I eventually got like the proper model because I wanted to have the proper model, and I was worried about getting Joy-Con drift. I gave the Switch Lite to my sister, gifted it to her. I was like, you can have that. Aren't I lovely? But I had the grey one as well. I loved the way this thing looked. But, like, the experience of unboxing a Switch Lite is so much better than the experience of unboxing the regular Switch. Because the regular Switch, you unbox it, you got fucking cables, HDMI bullshit, the fucking dock, the controllers aren't attached to the fucking thing. Whereas, like, when you unbox a Switch Lite, it's like this little cardboard brick, you just open it up, and there's two things in there. You got your charging brick, and you've got the Switch Lite, and that's it. You just pull the little thing out, it's in your hands, it's all snuggly in there, and it feels lovely. Like, that experience of unboxing the Switch Lite. This was during the COVID-19 pandemic as well, so I remember it just being this intimate moment in my student dorm of unboxing my very first Nintendo anything. I'd never owned a Nintendo before. And I was just like,
Wow.
I can play my Mario games now. I had a big Rames as a big Tames. Because Mario might be super, but I'm super duper. With a big tuper.
That just sounds like my experience
So
when I
true.
opened up my Game Boy Advance for the first time.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But,
still
yeah,
love that
just,
system.
I really wanted to talk about that because, yeah, the process of unboxing a Switch Lite is wonderful because everything is ready to go. You don't have to, like, set it up and shit like you do with a dock or with an Xbox. But,
Yeah, but
I
my
will
thing-
say,
I'm a YouTuber, so I gotta have the standard console with
well, I'm a
HDMI out and everything.
YouTuber. I have to have the HDMI
Yeah,
out.
man.
I do
a
the
YouTuber
YouTubes, I stream.
I
this
cannot
economy?
use the Switch Lite. My pussy hurts.
Look, like, to be a gaming YouTuber, just put the camera in front of the screen like the rest of us had to do. Okay, no need for this no need
You
for this
didn't grow up in
I'd
the
rather have a
trenches,
professional.
Frank.
Yeah, dude, I remember me and my cousin, like, thankfully I don't think any of those videos are on the internet anymore, but we used to do like Let's Plays where we just stuck the flip HD camera in front of the TV and then just played like Mario Wii or something.
Oh, yeah,
Those-
you know what? I know that kind of experience because I used to have an iPod Touch, and that's how I used to make my old videos about 14 years ago. Or 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, I hate to
never
be a hypocrite because I know I got us on this tangent of the thing, but there's a couple more topics that I want to prioritize, and I think people are gonna be looking forward to these. Are we happy with that? Are we happy to go ahead?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. We got more
Yeah.
stuff.
All right, so
Yeah, well,
we had the announcement of a Shadow Generations tie-in short called Sonic X Shadow Generations Dark Beginnings, which is this time not brought to us by the people at Powerhouse Animation, which is a bit of a shame because I love what Powerhouse Animation do for Sonic. Their animation is
Yes.
flawless. Like, I really appreciated Powerhouse even more when we had... I can't remember what the name of the animation studio that worked on Sonic Superstars' cutscenes was. It was a different studio. It was the one that did Sonic X, I believe. But you could tell the difference because the
Right.
Powerhouse animations are, like, frame perfect. There's not a single moment of anything looking anything less than perfect. Not a miscoloration, not a moment of off-model, everything flawless. Whereas with the other one, it was like, okay, back to reality. So naturally, like, I'm not expecting this to be frame perfect. As it is, I thought the Superstars animations were really nice on their own 2 feet. But it's just,
It's comparative. That's the thing. It's a thing where it's like, if I just saw this in passing and I wasn't being analytical about it, then it's like, okay, like, nothing special. But like I mentioned my cousin earlier, he does animation for a living. He works on like Hell of a Boss and has been and stuff like that. He's super fucking good. I'm kind of plugging him right now. He goes by Brand Flakes on Twitter. But anyways, he made a video about the Superstars animations on his channel, and he explained like why it looked off. And I was like, that's interesting because he knows about like the rules of animation, stuff like that. Like, he is very good at that kind of stuff. So yeah, no, after knowing, I guess, about like the shortcomings and why things look bad, it's easier to point it out. But if I was just a passerby and, just looked at it in passing, I wouldn't really think twice about it.
Yeah, like as a normie, I think the only thing I really thought when I first saw it, the only thing that made me go, ooh, was how ambitious the camera movements in that opening were. Like, you've got these sweeping shots that are following Sonic zipping upside down. You've got that bit where the camera pans from Robotnik and his posse over to Sonic and the gang, but the camera's like flipping and stuff. It's like, this is going to be a nightmare for the animators. There's no way the animators liked doing that. Like, because it feels choppy there. But that was my only real thing. I've heard things about, there's a lack of in-betweens, there's a lack of smears and stuff like that. And I can appreciate that. I still think, on its own 2 feet, the Superstars animations are good. I think they're actually really nice. They're just not the masterpiece that Powerhouse puts out. This new one, though, for Shadow, is going to be from the people behind Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I believe.
Oh, fuck yeah. I can't
remember what the animation studio is called, but it's that studio. And they've also got a new actor involved as well, which a lot of people are speculating will play Maria. It's a lady. Let me see if I can find this.
I think that is the case. I think that is the case.
Cher or something.
Stephanie Cher, I think. Yeah, I think it's speculated that she's going to be Maria Robotnik, but there's nothing outright saying it. But let's see. Yeah, there's going to be a panel for this featuring Takeshi Iizuka, Kirk Thornton, and Stephanie Cher at the Anime Expo. They'll be talking about the short there. Apparently, the image accompanying this is just concept art, so not necessarily saying that that's what the animation is going to look like. But if that is the case, I think it's really pretty. There were some dumb, dozy pillocks saying it was AI, which it isn't. It's been confirmed. It doesn't even look like AI.
No.
But it like if the short looks anything like this artwork, I'm pretty excited about this. And I am just excited to be getting another one of these animated shorts. Like, the more of these, the better. Keep them coming, Sega.
So I used to keep up with these a lot, and was like, okay, yeah, I'll watch them, and I always thought they were fun to watch. I completely skipped the Sonic Superstars one.
Oh, that one was really good, though. It doesn't have any bearing on the game. If you're watching it hoping to learn stuff about the game, you don't. What I find funny in that is that Trip has a theme song in that, and she doesn't have it in the game.
The thing is like I didn't even have a reason to skip it. I just never watched it, and then I was like, I guess I just kind of shrugged it off.
That animation that was by Powerhouse though, so you can see a clear difference between Powerhouse's work on Sonic Superstars Trio of Trouble versus what the studio that worked on Superstars' cutscenes in-game did. And that actually does bring me to another point, is I do not like that you have to look these up online to see them. I think, for one, I think obviously it's fine, make use of the internet and stuff, put them on YouTube by all means. These should be in the games. They should be on the disc. If not, the opening cutscene. Can you imagine if Knuckles' prologue Divergence was the opening cutscene for Sonic Frontiers? We would finally be able to say,
honestly,
holy fuck, best opening cutscene since Sonic Unleashed.
They'd probably want to try to recreate it in engine.
Yeah, but I don't understand, like...
They probably wouldn't.
I don't see why, though, because, like... I don't think anyone would be confused if the opening cutscenes were, like, 2D animated and they just made that a tradition where the main game is then CGI. Because, like look at Sonic Superstars. There is an opening cutscene for that game that plays when you hit the new game button. And it is 2D animated before it goes to 3D.
What I was going to say is, like, and even if you go from something that's like animated like that and then you go into the game, Origins was like that for every single game.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no reason why they can't. I mean, yeah, I think personally, if you would ask me, I would say see if you can make the games look more like those animations. Give us a cel-shaded Sonic. Like, you've got something really...
I'd be so down for that. I've been saying that since I've been a fan. Like, because I love Jet Set Radio. Games that are cel-shaded and more stylized tend to age better anyways.
Yeah, I mean, look at... what is the best-looking Spider-Man game prior to the Insomniac ones? It's like Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah, because the thing hasn't aged a day. It still looks good. And it's because It's cell
I
shaded.
recently played through that. I'm like it's still so good as a game. Like even separate from its art style, like Ultimate Spider-Man is still
Oh,
fantastic. I
thank
played it
God
on
Wayne isn't here. You would have triggered him.
Really? He doesn't like that game?
He hates it. Well, I don't know if he outright hates it, but he thinks it's a boring, shitty game. And he's the only guy in the world that thinks that. But
I was gonna say, yeah, like that game's awesome.
go Wayne.
Maybe if I play it for the first time and hate it, I'll be the second person in the world.
But like, there's another thing: is like Sega are obsessed with brand synergy right now, and apparently the fans are too, because now a Sonic fan must be an out-of-touch executive to appreciate Sonic. But if they're so obsessed with synergy, make the games in-game graphics look like the IDW comics. Have a similar art style, and then have Powerhouse handle things like opening cutscenes and stuff like that. And then I think it was Ian Waffles mentioned this. How good would it be if, like, with Sonic Frontiers, you have those character interactions where they barely animate the characters, and like they barely move their heads or their mouths or whatever.
Right.
Rather than that, have a PNG illustrated by, I don't know, like Evan Stanley or Tracy Yardley or Adam Bryce Thomas of them doing like an emoji pose with a text box by the side. Can still be read by Roger Craig Smith or whatever, but you just have that instead of having these fuck-ugly animations where the characters are just standing there, rotating their head 45 degrees.
I think people would take something like that and assume that, oh, they cheaped out on it, so this is how they're presenting the game now.
But surely that's like, you could still have some cutscenes and stuff, but for
like,
the ones where the characters aren't moving much, just do PNGs, I'd say.
I know a lot of people hate this game, but I think this is a pretty good example. Like, as someone who grew up with this, like, or like grew up with this like as a kid, but like Secret Rings cutscenes, I never thought twice about how that was presented because it made sense, like within like the context of the world itself.
It's all coherent. Although people did say, a lot of people clowned on the cutscene in Frontiers, where it's a flashback on Chaos Island and it turns into the sort of Secret Ring style. But I keep saying it. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. That's the best looking fucking cutscene in that game.
If they were all like that, then there wouldn't be a problem. The only reason why it gets clowned is because it's like the sore thumb, It's like the fucking odd man out. But I feel like if every
don't get me wrong. I don't want everything to just be PNGs, but I think for character interactions that are just NPC interactions, it would be nice to get the artists of the IDW and Archie Sonic in a more hands-on position in the games. In fact, I think they should anyway. Like, this is something that's been bugging me a lot lately, is Ian Flynn, Evan Stanley, they've been under a lot of fire over on Twitter for things like Shadow's characterization and stuff. And I do not understand what it's going to take before people finally blame Sega and the mandates. Because the proof is in the fucking pudding. You can pick up an Archie comic written by Ian Flynn, get to Shadow, and he's written really well. He's not written like he's written in IDW, he's written beautifully. Now, there are people saying, oh, but he's not game accurate. I'm like, what the fuck does a game accurate Shadow even act like anyway, to be honest? Like, the guy's changes personality every fucking game. Like, but,
yeah.
Beside the point, like, it does bug me how these IDW writers are being blamed for every inconsistency with Sonic media. I think if they want to prioritize synergy, get the IDW staff in more hands-on roles. The tides are already changing with Ian Flynn being hands-on with the games now, and that's a good thing. But I say let people like Ian Flynn and Evan Stanley come up with the mandates. Let them clarify these characters, because they care so much more about these characters than the fucking bean counters on the top-down do. Like, these are people that are storytellers, and they are taking orders from people that don't know what a fucking story is.
It's weird because, like,
You sure said a mouthful there, Trey.
So, like, hello, am I coming through?
Are you good now? Frank, did he kind of robot out for you too?
I don't even think he got a syllable in.
Okay, great. So we're on the same page. Trey, try that again.
Take two.
Hold on. Am I coming through?
Yeah, you're coming through. You got this under control. You can do this.
I can do it. Chat, cheer me on. Trey's internet, please don't go out. Okay. Am I good
He's
now?
forgotten what he's going to say, hasn't he? He's stalling.
No. I'm good.
Why are you stalling so much? This is taking longer than a Surus joke. Just what do you want to say?
No, I was gonna say like Sonic as a brand is a Japanese brand first. So like there will always be like a little bit of a disconnect between like the American writers and like what Sega of Japan wants to do.
I think at the end of the day, though, what it needs to boil down to is what is going to be the best version of this. And what is the biggest demographic for Sonic. Because the thing right now that I have a big problem with is the rejection and the erasure of USA Sonic. I don't have a problem with them trying to create one central canon. But what I don't like is the erasure. Like, things like, not only do we not get any acknowledgement of additions that, or the US contributions to Sonic, besides chili dogs, we can't even, like, they can't even republish Archie comics, make them legally buyable for people. They can legally buy them. I've heard all kinds of excuses. I mean, I get the Penders one. You probably can't republish Penders' work. Don't prod that bear. Whatever. But, like, the Ian Flynn era on Archie Sonic, they couldn't republish that? And people say, oh, you'd have to put it under a different label because it would confuse people. But it's like, not really. People aren't that fucking stupid. Like, how many different Spider-Man comics have we got running parallel? And people will say, oh, but that's a US superhero. This is a Japanese thing. It's like, it shouldn't matter. Good is good at the end of the day. Good is fucking good, you know? Like, and these things are not completely foreign concepts to Sega because they've got other properties that are doing, well, just better quality than what Sonic is doing. But personally, like, even if they don't get them on the mandates and stuff, I think they should get those IDW stuff in more hands-on roles in Sonic. I think promotional materials, instead of these fucking renders, have the IDW artists draw the renders for the games. Have them illustrated. Have the games mirror that kind of art style. There's this animator called Drexis Animations, I believe, who is making a Sonic Frontiers anime-style opening, and the animation in that mimics IDW really, really well, by the way, in terms of like color management and stuff. Beautiful, beautiful animation. Imagine if we get a Sonic game that looks like that. You know, we got Hi-Fi Rush that's, you know, doing kind of that sort of seamless anime FMV to gameplay thing. So there's no reason why Sonic can't do that. They want to talk about unifying things. That's one area where you can unify things. Take from the art style. The art style is beautiful, and Sonic games would look gorgeous if they were more comic booky. I remember when they announced the comic book skins for Sonic Superstars, and I wasn't going to pre-order the game from Amazon for Switch, because I hate getting pre-orders with Amazon. They're shit. They don't deliver on fucking time. But also, Sonic Superstars is an expensive-ass game that I just wanted to get on PC. But then as soon as I found out that there would be comic skins, I was like, hell yeah, and they look gorgeous. This is how it should always look. Like, I don't know how we got onto this. I think I was just kind of saying, like, I wish they would include the animations in the games. If not as the opening cutscene of the game, then put it in a menu. Whatever happened to theater menus? Like, where are they? There's not one in Frontiers, which is funny.
Like, it's a thing where it's like a lot of companies are like, oh, they're just going to be put on YouTube anyway, so like, who cares? But it's like, no, like, I want to experience all of it within the confines of the game itself. I don't want to go to a separate device and search it up on YouTube. Even
if, like, you know, it's convenient to have it on YouTube, even if I watch these things on YouTube more often than I do on the actual game, it's just nice to have them. Just have it on there so it's all in one place.
I feel like the biggest problems, because you mentioned the Sonic Superstars comic skins, I didn't even know they existed until I saw like a tweet about it like months after the fact, and now you can't get them.
And they made them nigh on impossible to get.
Yeah, so it's like, these look great.
If you were in the US, you had to go through like the Kroger app.
Yeah, in the US. App. Whereas in the UK, it was Amazon pre-orders exclusive.
Like, I don't understand like Sega's line of thinking when it comes to like content rollout, because like there was the whole Amy thing with.
Sorry, go on.
And also, why the fuck they exclude the PC version?
People would have paid good
Yeah.
money for those comic skins. Like, I would have paid an extra $5 for them. Like,
I was about to go on to because I have it on Nintendo Switch. I was about to go on the eShop and see I want to get these comic skins, and they're nowhere to be found. And I'm just like, why? Like, why even go through the effort of creating whole different models and skins, or not models, because I think it is just like a what is it called in 3D modeling?
Shader.
But you get what I mean. A shader. Yeah, that's it. It's a shader, but it looks phenomenal. It looks great. Like I would pay like $3 to $5 for this. No problem.
I was
What's
just
funny is that
thinking,
people,
sorry, go on.
there were people who got their hands on I guess the PC version did have a comic skin that was
10
available
minutes.
for a little bit. Yeah, for about 10 minutes, and some people did get their hands on it, and it didn't work properly.
Oh, dang.
Fortunately, on Switch it works fine, but obviously because the Switch doesn't have anti-aliasing, it does look a bit spaghetti.
It's so weird. Because I mean, we go to the Amy thing with IHOP too, and it's like I guess the IHOP thing is kind of cute because you gotta kind of go to this place and kind of get it and whatever. It's like a scavenger hunt, but
Again,
it's still
the
bizarre.
PC version would have been nice to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
exactly.
mean, something I've said in the past is, because I think we had Dave Luty on here at one point, Bad Nick Mechanic, was saying it's a cool thing that it's imagine being a kid, your parents are filled up with some gas, you come home from the trip, and you've got a new Sonic skin to play with and stuff. That is a cool idea, but something I would say is have that be a means of getting it early. Whereas,
Yes.
after 1 month, it then goes on the store for $5.
What's funny is that they've done that with other pieces of DLC, where if it's like a pre-order bonus, and then you see it on whatever marketplace it's on for maybe $3 or $5, and it's like, okay, if people want to buy that, then go for it. But no,
it should be a
is
cool alternative. Yeah, than the
it's
only way.
With this now, now that it's gone, well, it's gone.
And I understand I blame Fortnite. Well, it's because it's FOMO. That's the thing. It's the FOMO effect. That's what it is. That's
it's
why.
Truth be told, do I really need Amy in an IHOP skin? My go-to skin, if I'm playing as Amy, even, which I don't usually because I miss having a dick, is I usually play her in the red dress because I just think that looks the best.
Yeah.
But I wanted the IHOP skin because I want a complete copy of the game. But the funny thing is, I didn't buy Digital Deluxe for my Switch copy. I kind of want to get Digital Deluxe because I want to have one complete version of the game. Problem is, I think they're going to release a Plus DLC at some point. And then I'm going to be burned. Shit. I'm not going to let it happen again, Sega, because of this business practice.
Yep.
You didn't get my Digital Deluxe money on my Switch copy, you motherfuckers. You big silly goofballs. You goofy fucking goobers.
Yeah.
And I guarantee I'm not the only one, motherfucker. You done goofed it. Good job, Sega.
Because of the whole Plus thing, I'm going to kind of circle back to the Sonic Origins thing. When Plus was released for that, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to. And to this day, I only have base Sonic Origins. I did not pay for Plus because I felt so burned on that deal.
I can't say I blame you. I've said myself, the best way to get Sonic Generations is if you're not a Sonic fan. If you're just some dude that's like, I'm walking down the street. Oh, they got a Sonic Origins Plus on a physical copy. I think I'll pick that up. It has an art book inside. And then you buy it. You're actually getting a pretty decent package there. If you get it, especially at a discounted rate.
Yeah, if you waited.
Because then you get this whole fucking thing, and you get Amy playable, you get all these extra Game Gear games. The thing is, the Sonic Origins Plus package is a much better package than the base Origins. If I were to say, oh yeah, buy base Origins versus wait a bit, don't be a Sonic fan and get Plus on physical later down the line. Physical Plus, base release Origins is a fucking 5 out of 10 at best. Plus, as a full package, divorced from that shit, is a fucking 8 or 9 out of 10. It's a beautiful little package. I'd
say
it.
like 7.5 to 8. Yeah,
I
say
really
7.
like playing as Amy. I really like having the Game Gear games on there. And one thing I like, and it's so dumb, but one thing I just like is the surprise panel. Have you guys seen the surprise panel?
I've heard of this, but I'm not 100% sure what it is.
It's kind of like a Street Pass, in a way. In that, like,
oh fuck, I have to actually interact with people.
No, not in that regard. But like, in Street Pass when you like, you get the pieces of the picture that unlock.
Oh yeah.
So basically,
yeah.
There's this set of like squares. I think it's like 4x2, and it will like say a little task on each square. And if you complete those tasks, you unlock more of this piece of original artwork, which is classic Sonic and his friends having like a little birthday party. And that's cute. Yeah. That's really darling. I love features like that.
I think the biggest problem that we see with Sonic games isn't necessarily the content itself, but it's more so like the rollout. Because the thing is that like I'm still waiting for a Superstars Plus. And it's like I shouldn't really have to be waiting on that, but I've just grown so accustomed. Yeah, but I've just grown so accustomed to Sega releasing like a Classic Sonic's Plus package with every Classic Sonic game, and like I like that practice. But then it's like, okay, well, don't have like a deluxe digital version or whatever the fuck if you're just gonna re-release everything in one big like package, anyways.
The only thing that has me questioning if there'd be a Plus is the fact that the Plus is usually an opportunity for them to release a physical copy of an otherwise download-only game. Whereas...
and I'm down for that. It's like...
No, but whereas, I'd say release physical
like,
first time out the gate. But with Superstars, the game was always physical, so it does make me wonder if there will be a Plus for that or not. I wouldn't put it past
true.
There are games that do have a physical release, like Streets of Rage 4. You can get the physical release that has the base game, but then there's a new release of it, or a more recent release that has like the extra DLC on it, which is like called like the anniversary edition of it. So I mean, if Sega does want to take a page from that, they could do that. Though I think a lot of their customers who bought the base game would be pretty burned on that. But
you know what's funny? The only Sonic game I can really see having a Plus version is Frontiers, because there was just so much stuff that was released.
The funny thing about that is like, we didn't have to pay a Plus or pay for that DLC. It's so strange.
That is true too.
How predatory Sega have been with these digital deluxes, these pluses. Yet Frontiers are just like, hey buddy, here's an extra 6 hours of gameplay and the spin dash and some other shit. We know that we kind of burned you with that final boss, so here's a new one, buddy. Enjoy.
Have you noticed that? Have you noticed it's always games that were developed by someone else?
Now that you think about it, because you would have had
Plus, Origins,
Stealth,
Origins Plus, Superstar.
Because it was Stealth for Origins,
Stealth for Origins, Arzest for Superstars, and then just the entire Evening Star for Mania.
Yeah, for Mania, and then you don't get those kind of Plus releases for something like Sonic Forces, which was done in house, or
but you got Sonic Forces bonus edition.
Yeah.
I have never seen a single copy of Sonic Forces that wasn't the bonus edition. They're all bonus edition. Really?
I have.
That exists?
I own a copy on Switch.
Do you have the non-bonus edition Sonic Forces?
Actually, no. I have a different version of Sonic Forces. I have the 2-in-1 pack that comes with Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD, but I have seen a retail copy of Sonic Forces that does not have the bonus content with it.
Whoa. What is the bonus? Like, that's the thing, is because I'm what is it?
You get the, I believe you get some extra clothing options for your avatar, and you get a controller skin.
What? Shut the fuck up. You do not get a controller skin.
Yes,
you do.
I have my copy of Sonic Forces on Xbox when I bought it like 3 weeks after release.
But I have the bonus edition, and I didn't get a skin.
When did you buy it?
The day it came out.
It's probably a US thing then.
That's racist.
It's stupid. I'll give that.
That's just racist.
It's a very stupid thing. Because I don't know anybody who's gonna want to put a stupid controller skin on their Xbox controller or their PS4 controller or their Switch controller and ruin it.
Look, give me a Sonic skin for my shit, and I'll put it on it. But I would not put a Sonic Forces one on there, because Sonic Forces' promo art is fuck ugly. Like, the explosions in the distance and the destroyed town, and the little lens flare behind Sonic is like, that's ugly as shit, bro. Like, that's disgusting.
It's pretty fugly. It's definitely not stank.
The cover, the cover of Sonic Forces looks like... It looks like back in like the early 2000s when you'd buy an expansion pack for an existing game. It looks like a generation's...
Like a Marvel poster. It looks like a Marvel poster.
I think when I look at...
Looks like.
I'm looking at
it's
the
a
Forces...
Marvel poster.
I'm looking at the Forces box art right now, and I'm just like, it looks like if Sonic Generations came out in 2001 on PC, on a disc, and they released an expansion pack. This is what the box would look like.
Pup, do me a favor. Check the back rooms.
God, fucking hell! Look at that.
Fucking ew.
That's a tiny ass image. Hold on, let me get a bigger image.
What is the resolution of this image? I want to put that on screen for people to see.
I'm on Google Images.
No, guys, everybody, chat. This is an image that Gotta Be Frank sent me. This is an image that our friend Frank, sent me. He sent me this image right here. I'm gonna make it.
I have a better one.
This is what Frank deems to be an acceptable image to send to the Emperor of the show.
I'm looking for this stuff in real time. Okay. There, I have a better one that I put in the back rooms. Feel free to show that one off.
Nah, they get the deep fried version instead.
But yeah, the resolution's 5.
1 pixel.
But now you know
2 pixel.
Now you know what the controller skin looks like and all of the other things you get with it.
Whatever point you had, Frank, is now second fiddle to you sending me a picture that looked like Boke.
I'm just gonna do that from now on. Every image you get is gonna be like that resolution. I believe that resolution's in the single digits.
I don't know how we got from the Shadow short to here. I mean, obviously, there's not much to say about the Shadow short. Like, I'm just excited.
It's not out.
I'm excited to be getting a new short, because these shorts have been consistently really, really good. Yeah, I guess my only point is I hope that they'll put these in the games in the future, and I would like for them to look at these shorts, look at the IDW comics, and think, brand synergy, and make the games look like this. Because Sonic Frontiers looks like puppy dog shit. Even though it is like the best game ever made. I stand by it. It's the greatest game of all time.
I disagree.
It looks like puppy dog shit.
It looks like shit, and to me,
the best game of all time?
The best game ever made.
Yeah. Look, I'm just gonna say
it is my favorite Sonic game next to Sonic Adventure 2 and Unleashed. I do adore the game. I love playing it. I just don't love looking at it, you know?
It is like an eyesore.
It's the chick you fuck while you put a bag over her head.
Jesus.
Look, I don't know like, this is what I'm saying about, like, Pup having a Jezebel spirit, everyone.
I think he's proven it this entire stream.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a virgin. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, that's true. He worships Rouge the Bat.
I don't worship Rouge. I'm married to Rouge, okay? We are...
You worship the seat that she sits
in. You can do the same thing. You can do the same thing.
Rouge is hella stinky, bro.
Yeah, Rouge be hella stankin', you know what I'm saying? Like...
But yeah, I don't like Sonic Frontiers. I don't think it's a very good game.
Yeah, it's fantastic, I know.
It's garbage.
You like it.
It has no stink.
It is one of the stinkiest Sonic games ever made. It's just fun, dude. It's just you don't have the right slider loadout. That's the problem, dude. If you
trust me. I've messed with that slider as much as I can. I unlocked the spin dash. I have played as much of it as I was willing to play, and I just do not care for it at all.
You're not using photo mode enough. If you use photo mode,
look, I'll tell you this. Here's the thing. I booted up that game, tried the photo mode, thought it was dumb. Booted up a game like Kenna Bridge of Spirits or Horizon Zero Dawn on PC. The photo mode is so much better in those games.
Yeah. Okay. So about the photo mode. Yeah, about the fucking photo mode. I feel like
It's
I
like
need
the most
to.
basic bitch photo mode you can include.
It's retracting time, because I remember a long time ago when we first got Update 1, I came on this show singing the praises of having a photo mode in Sonic, and the boys were all just kind of listening to me because I am the authority on photo mode in video games, or I was as far as the old cast was concerned. And they knew how happy I was to have a photo mode. When I play a Spider-Man game now, if I've finished the campaign, I'm going to be on photo mode for hours upon hours, just taking pictures of Spider-Man. Jonah would be proud.
I forgot about Spider-Man. I need to get back to playing that.
Yes,
It's
same.
fun.
I want to get back to that New Game Plus. It was way too little too late, but I want to get back into it. But, yeah, with Sonic, I've been begging for a photo mode since photo mode was a thing. And they finally gave me it. And yeah, that was not a stanky-ass photo mode. That was a shit photo. The worst thing about it is not the lack of filters or that stupid shit. I mean, I would say it's pretty bad that there's no depth of field sliders on there because the game doesn't have depth of field built into its graphics, which is fucking stupid. But, like, imagine how much of that pop-in could be masked out if they just had shit blur in the distance. But beside the point, it was the fucking collision on that fucking camera. There is no smooth collision on anything in Sonic Frontiers, which is the most baffling thing in the world because all real games have that. And yet it doesn't have smooth collision on anything. So if I want to take a picture of Sonic, I'm just going to get a picture of his fucking forehead, or I'm going to be looking down at him. The camera doesn't go any lower than that. It's like they were like, hey, this is photo mode, except the photographer is a 6-foot man taking pictures of a 4-foot-nothing hedgehog, and this man has no knees. He's just got sticks. Sticks for legs that don't bend. The man can't crouch. The man can't do shit. He is practically confined to clutches for the rest of his life because the man has got severe arthritis, is what that is. It's photo mode with arthritis, is what that fucking is. Photo mode without a lens. I got a fucking GoPro and I got no knees. You know?
That is extremely accurate. What the fuck?
However.
But like
the modding community. As always, the modding community. If you're playing it on PC... Now, look, I want to make this deadly clear, because some people are fucking dumb. I am not saying that the fact that the modding community exists means that it's okay for Sega to release something like this. All I'm saying is, I wanted a photo mode, a good photo mode. Sega didn't give me it, but the modding community, my beautiful, beautiful Sonic Frontiers modding community, they fixed everything.
Fans should not have to mod it to fix the half-assed mode.
They shouldn't, but they are my triangle of strength. I love the modding community. If you're a Sonic modder, I love you, unless you're, like, a minor, in which case I don't want to ever talk to you. But, like, the rest of you guys...
Yeah, no.
If you are a Sonic modder, I have a great deal of respect for your work.
Again, unless you're a minor, in which case I hate your work.
I can still respect your work, but I don't have to say...
No.
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 Nope.
Like, a minor could literally program in the greatest thing in the world, but it's gonna be shit if it's programmed in by a minor. I hate them.
Yeah, so true.
I want them gone.
Minors should never exist, actually.
I have a major issue with minors.
Oh my gosh. I posted in the background. All I did was just make it. I made a joke.
What the fuck is this?
These images are also pretty crusty, so like whenever you post that crusty image,
I am not posting a picture of... Oh, fuck it. Fuck it. Alright. I don't understand.
There you go. They shouldn't have to do Sega's quality control. There you go.
They should have 180p PNGs instead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right. I'm gonna put these on the screen.
And I understand it's inevitable that fans will try to mod something to fix it, and I get it. It's just, with some things where it's kind of like a no-brainer, like, oh, they should have this figured out before they actually implement it, and then they don't.
Put it this way.
I'm sorry. I just love the visual of Gabby Frank just like talking very seriously about like the modding community, and you're just scaling up Michelle Obama and Uncle Rat right next to his face. That's so funny. Like it's just like, yeah, like the modding community is great, but we shouldn't expect it. And you just see like Michelle Obama just being just dragged like and expanded upon in the video. It's so funny.
I know.
This is kind of a highlight of my YouTube career, so I'm fine with it. It's a high...
The things that should have to be modded into games are things like playing as a penis in Sonic Generations, not fixing the game. Like there's a mod code for Sonic Frontiers that makes it so that you can no longer walk around a loop-de-loop, and I love that. I love that for me. That should be in the base game. That should be a mod. Playing as a penis is a mod, not that. That's just fixing the game.
I was gonna say playing as a pineapple in Sonic Forces.
Oh my god, Fruit Forces! Yes, I fucking love Fruit Forces.
I love
Fruit Forces.
That was like one of the first mods I ever looked at on my channel back when I was doing Sonic Tuber stuff, and I loved it.
The thing I found so funny though was the penis mod for Generations was the animation of this little penis and how if you boosted, it just leans forward and its balls start running really fast.
Wait! Did you say? Like, look, I know you said little penis, but I think it's pretty average in my opinion. I think it. You know?
Some say it might be. Some say.
Some say it might be like Some say it might be massive. You know, like that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Oh, I'm getting lightheaded. What the fuck?
It's a penis that's about horizontally. Let's stand it up straight. It would be about the height of Sonic, so that makes it about 4 feet, which is small by my standards. Okay.
You know, fair enough.
When you're the kind of guy that goes to a public bathroom and has to kick his dick as opposed to shaking it at the urinal, you know, like that's just small potatoes, you know.
It's just dragging on the floor. Fucking.
Anyways, you know, you gotta wear the extra baggy trousers, you know, just so you can slide it down there.
Holy shit! Is there anything else we gotta talk about? I think we hit every topic.
You know, if you actually had a dong that long, and you weren't circumcised as well, you could get like a little pair of like elephant trousers, like trousers with like an elephant design on it, and just like poke your dong out of your zipper, out of your Zippo leak, and you could just like you could just have that there as like the trunk of the elephant, you know. You could just that could be part of the design. Imagine trousers, right? You know where like the crotch part on trousers is. Imagine there's like an elephant face but no trunk, and then where the trunk would be is where the zipper goes. I need to draw this up.
It's probably already invented. You think we're the first to come up with something like that?
I don't know. I feel like I might be. I'm gonna look this up. Elephant.
Like a two-tone for it. Like the trousers are like one color and that's the other color.
Elephant. Okay, I'm getting pictures of trousers.
Do you have to paint? Do you have to paint? Do you have to paint the penis like gray? Like, what do you have to do?
It just depends what kind of cock you got. You know, like maybe you got one of those darkly colored ones.
I don't have a gray penis. I don't have a gray penis.
Well, okay, maybe we make the elephant tanned. I don't know. Just make the elephant, like, skin-colored. Of course, in every shade of skin color, because intrusion matters. Intrusion? Inclusion, for fuck's sake.
Intrusion matters.
Nice save, Pup. Nice save.
Nick would be enraged right now, ChipFan132. This is the end of the show, man. We've done the main topics. We own nothing. We own nothing. We're just talking about dicks now, you know? Well, on the piss, this is the part where it says Trey Nobles is a tainted Jezebel.
So yeah, what is the this whole topic? So when did he become a tainted Jezebel?
Yeah,
it all started when the man was not baptized.
Dang,
you probably were baptized though, weren't you? Because it's America.
I was, yeah.
I mean, I was baptized, because I think back in the 90s, baptisms were a bit more common in the UK than they are now. Like, that's something worth mentioning to, like, all the Americans in the audience and the Americans here, is, like, yeah, religion in the UK is not as common as it is in the USA.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's fair. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. But yeah.
But yeah, that's why Trey is a tainted Jezebel.
Okay. There we go.
Cox. All right. I'm gonna start copy pasting the super chats into the super chat mailbag. You guys know where to look, right? It's the channel.
Yep.
It's the mailbag channel. Yeah.
Hey, chat. How good of a job are our newcomers doing? How good of a job are they doing? Rate them on a scale of 1 to 5 out of 10. So
you can only peak at 5.
That's as high as it goes.
Who said I sounded like Ned from South Park? Do I have to kill someone? Is that what this is about? Like what is this?
Wait,
who said that? Ned.
Which one is Ned?
I forgot. I don't
the
know.
voice box.
Oh yeah. No, that was last week when your mic went wookie.
You know what? Fair. Valid.
When you sounded like a
Deluxe.
Delic.
Overlords were taking over.
I'm getting a cherry coke. Do y'all want anything?
Borger.
Mortar.
Can you get me a burger, please, Linda?
A burger.
Lynn, I would like a burger, please, Lynn. Linda.
Linda.
Lynn. Gene.
Hey,
please. Gene. All right, I've got them all in. We're all good. Well, I guess table order. Trey, why don't you start us off, boy? Boy.
Boy. Are you still on the penis talk? Like, why are you? Anyways, yeah, I can start off. Sonic fan 1661 sends us $2. Thank you, and just said starting off strong, pup.
That's right, everybody. Compliment your emperor.
I'm pretty sure that was meant to be sarcastic, but I forgot the context as to why it was sarcastic.
So basically, Dylan and I were like arranging the hierarchy, the classist hierarchy of Sunset City, based on the fact that I cannot afford to have you guys on full time, sadly. But
you're fine.
because you fellas are part time as your residents, I am the emperor. And Dylan gets the consolation prize of being Duke. So that'll, yeah. So Mr. Terry Chaos, my friend, Mr. Terry Chaos, by the way. I wonder if he feels good when I say that. I wonder how he feels when I said it. But my friend, Mr. Terry Chaos, sends £2. Hope your lady Todger gets better, Gary. You guys know what Todger means?
No.
It means Willy. It's English slang for Willy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he hopes his lady dick gets better.
Oh. Okay.
In other words, his pussy. Linda.
Why'd you put Bob? Linda.
Gene.
Hey, Gene. Get your sister.
Gene, get your sister. We need to cook the burgers.
We need to cook the burgers.
Gene, we need to cook.
Alright.
Come on.
Okay. Gotta be Frank. It's your turn.
Okay, Jamal Simmons with $2 US. Happy Beef Theory weekend, guys. Milk Bro forever.
Okay, but what's his actual name? What's his actual name? Come on, you know this by now, Frank. You know this. What do we call him? What do we call him, though?
Oh, I know this one.
I actually don't know this one.
All right, Trey, tell him.
Is it our pal Jamal?
It's our pal Jamal. Yeah, otherwise how is he supposed to know that he's our pal, you know? Apologize.
No.
Apologize to our pal Jamal right now.
See, no one tells me these things.
I told you last week, I'm pretty sure.
No, you did not.
I did. I so did, bro.
You did not.
Dude, I so did. Oh my god, this guy.
Oh my god, Linda.
I suck, dude. Surf's up, bro. I'm not even doing Bob anymore. I'm just being a surfer, you know.
Oh, okay. It still sounds like Bob a little bit. Yo, man. Yo.
Well,
hey, Linda.
All right, Trey. Trey, you're up.
Okay, so C-Man with $7.99. What
No,
currency is that?
Trey. You know what currency that is? Come on. That is $7.99 dollary dues.
Yeah, $7.99, but there's an A in front of it.
Yeah, Australian dollars, so we call them dollary dues.
Dollary dues should have given it away.
Dues. Okay, that's what I thought. So C-Man with $7.99 dollary dues. Hey Pup, apart from the stinky foghorn and Pingus, what other sounds have you got on your setup, or do you have to wait for a good time to play them? Angry face for Diamond.
We got a few. We got that diarrhea sound I just played. We got
Michael Jackson.
We've also got
The train headed for Sunset City will be departing soon.
We've got
Nice.
Welcome to the Cum Zone.
And finally,
Holy fuck! I'm coming! Lois!
those are the sounds of the Sunset City Discord soundboard.
I've heard that Peter one so many times. It still kills me.
I kind of got these in here because I liked the idea that in a post-Nick world that we could do like you are listening to Sunset City on YouTube. You know, like we could do that radio DJ shit.
Like it'd be a shock jock or something.
Yeah, you know, like that kind of thing. That, you know,
man.
Is Saurus in the chat? You know, that kind of thing, you know?
And you have to do that now. That's fun.
It is, yeah.
If Saurus is in the chat, which he never is because he doesn't love me anymore, I'll do that. Because the man, his farts.
Cyrus, I love you.
I love you too, Saurus, but I don't love the smell of your sulfuric anus. Well, you read the last one, didn't you, Trey? So.
Yes. It's your turn now.
Burger. Suh, dude, we got Twilord with 5 gnarly waves. By Shadow the Hedgehog, Super Shadow survives a giant gnarly wave solo, by which it actually says Chaos Control solo. By Jen's base, Sonic Solo's Perfect Chaos. Will Shadow base the fucking Shadow solo a giant Chaos Control? Suh, dude. I mean, I think, right, so Sonic needed to go Supersonic 2 to beat the end. I reckon Shadow could just do it without any super form or anything. He could just do it. Sonic has to go super to get Kellen Quinn playing, whereas Shadow just has to walk in and Kellen Quinn will play.
I don't really understand. I guess I understand what this question's asking, but it's like...
Yeah, it's like a catchphrase for you, buddy. We should sell shirts with a picture of you on them that says, I don't understand.
It's my updated avatar. That way Nick doesn't think I'm trying to profit off of his iconography. You know,
You've got to put like a little dunce hat on your head.
Yeah, the dunce hat says I don't understand.
I mean, your bio literally says "very dumb but very cool" trademark.
Oh yeah, on my
which I think is a fantastic tagline. I'm envious of it.
Whenever I was playing PSO2 a lot. I was in a what is it called? It's like a group that had like that same kind of like naming scheme, and I was like, I'll just take that. It's funny.
What? What?
Wait, did I not come through?
No, you came through. I'm just confused. I'm a
Fantasy
little lost.
Star Online 2. I was playing Fantasy Star Online 2 with some friends, and we had a group, and the name of that group was something along the lines of what I have in my Discord little bio thing.
I feel like, okay, we release a shirt for you that says, I don't understand, and then we release one with me on it that says, I'm a little lost, I'm sorry.
I'm a little lost.
Just a load of just us being confused at things. But I don't actually have the license rights to Frank's avatar, so I can't sell any merch of him. Have to exclude him.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will see too that I can change that.
I will get my copyrights lifted.
Oh, he's willing though. That's so wholesome. I like Frank, man.
He's
like
Willy. Okay.
I think he's cool. You're up, Mr. Cool Man, with Borker.
Mr. Terry Chaos with two pounds.
There you go.
I bet they make Sonic, or I bet they make Generations worse somehow, and this was the one that I read earlier.
Yeah.
So you get
So-
you get a 2-for-1.
It's a neat.
Mr.
It's
Terry.
a
Welcome back to
reaction that I have.
Apologies with Gotta Be Frank.
I'm used to streaming, so if I see that, I tend to like read it immediately.
We're sorry.
We're sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is the
At your
remake.
local cable company. We're so sorry.
Trey.
I mean, yes.
Burger HD.
Okay,
And you get to read this name here. Have fun. Good luck.
What is this? Pfeiffer BB10 TM JAGP.
That's not
I'm
terrible.
assuming that. I don't think so either. Thank you. I
At least
appreciate
you
it.
tried. I refused.
Yeah, like
Either-
people that
either-
just spell it out or will just give them a new name are the scum of the earth, frankly.
Yeah, no. They typed it out. They were being very like conscious about this, so I'm gonna read it out. So that name again with $5. I'm assuming Russian. I'm not sure.
5
5R says the only thing I want from Sonic X Shadow Generations is in quotes, I Am All of Me revisited Crush 40 featuring Kellen Quinn for the final boss. That would be kind of cool. Like a remix of I Am All of Me, but with
That would
Kellen
actually
Quinn.
be awesome. Yeah. I mean,
It-
because that's
Yeah.
the point. At the
Yeah.
Sonic Symphony showings, where they had Kellen and Johnny, they would get Kellen on some of the Crush 40s. I think it was just Live and Learn, though. They had Kellen and Johnny doing Live and Learn. If we don't
I
get
would-
if we don't get a disc release of that, I'm just I won't. Yeah.
It's
I- yeah.
well, I mean, since it is Sonic and Sonic X Shadow Generations, it's going to be We Are All of Us.
That's
It's
so.
their, it's their,
That is so.
We are all
that
of
is
us, and
the gayest thing I have ever heard in my life. That sounds gay.
They're just gonna re-release. What is it?
I mean,
The Crush,
it's an
the
official
Crush 40
ship.
song. Yeah.
Sega's officially shipping them.
They're just gonna re-release the Crush 40 song, Sonic Youth. Have y'all heard of that before?
It's being clowned
No.
on a lot because of the lyrics, and people are saying it sounds like an Ian Flynn script. Which, bear in mind, over the course of Ian Flynn's run in the comics, he's only done the music lyrics to dialogue thing like 3 times. But like, yeah, like the
True.
lyrics, like when I've lived and learned, when I've walked through his world, it's so cheesy.
Oh,
it's
cringe.
pretty. It's
Some
pretty
folks are
bad
saying
in my
it was a
opinion.
rejected track for Generations. You know what I think? You know what I think? When they did that cover of Sonic Boom with Crush 40 and Cash Cash, that would have been the most perfect song they could have used for Sonic Generations. Because you've got a fusion of modern, classic, and Dreamcast. You've got fucking classic because it's Sonic Boom. You've got fucking Dreamcast because you got Johnny Gioeli and Jun Sanoini. Fuck! Sonoi.
What was that? What was that?
And you've got modern,
No.
at the time anyway, with
No,
Cash
we're
Cash.
going back to that. We're going back to that. What was that?
I'm
Just-
like,
Just
that-
allow
like
it,
that
Waste
one
Man.
where
Just allow it.
Jun
Waste
Sununu.
man.
Jun Sununu.
Jun Sununu, I'm so sorry.
Jun,
Okay,
I
so
want you to know I am your biggest fan. So please,
love Jun
please,
so much.
please do not
he's a
take that
phenomenal
personally.
musician.
Jun Sonoi is one of the greatest composers in video game history. And I'm not even joking around here. I'm not even doing like a Front is the best game of all time thing. The man is like people were saying after Superstars came out, oh, Jun should never cook again. Jun's a bad musician. Like, fucking shut the fuck up. Okay, I don't think he really cooked on the Sonic Superstars soundtrack, but the man can cook. The man has cooked. Go to the Sonic Symphony and watch the whole crowd mesmerized by Escape from the City, singing along, and tell me that guy can't cook. That guy
Here's
that
what
guy
I'll
can
say about
cook
that.
greater than anyone in the entire world. Go on, Frank. You better not be
he
about
can
to say
cook.
bad take.
He can cook. Just stay away from Sonic or from Genesis sounding music or anything that tries to emulate
Mhm.
Genesis.
Unless he's actually going to use the FM sound chip. Or
music. Yeah, it's
Well,
like-
okay, so like the funny thing is, because I've been doing some research about this, because I do want to make a video about Jun Sonoe's composing, what he uses. Apparently, a lot of the Genesis sounding stuff is made on a Korg Triton keyboard.
No, that's what T. Lopes uses, I believe. For June, I hate to be the guy that argues with a musician, but June uses Vacuum VST with Pro Tools to achieve the Genesis sound.
Okay,
Please
I think
don't use
okay.
that going forward.
I think you are right. I think he used the Korg Triton for Sonic 4 specifically, which is where you get that overly twangy sound from. Was from the Korg Triton for Sonic 4.
I know that
so,
I believe T. Lopes uses the Korg Triton because the Korg Triton is like the go-to for New Jack Swing.
It's a phenomenal keyboard, but like I think the reason why I was saying that is because June likes to he likes to use gear that's like pretty much top of the line for its time. And whenever Sonic 4 came out, the Korg Triton was pretty top of the line. It was like relatively new, from my understanding. Like back then, he used like a Line 6 pod for his guitar tones, which I know is not going to mean anything to anyone in the chat. But if you play guitar, you'll know that the Line 6 pod is like not a great piece of equipment, to say the very least. So like, but it's interesting seeing how June uses these uses this kind of gear to create some of the sounds to varying effect, you know. But like, at least he likes to experiment, you know. So like, that's good.
You know, Trey, I actually had an idea for an episode I'd love to do with you and possibly Victor in the future. Is we sit down and the entire episode is just us vibing to every boss theme in the Sonic series, and we just kind of react to them as they go and just talk about them as they're on.
I'd be down for that.
Frank, get the fuck out. You're not invited. But
All right, fine.
no, if you're interested, you can join.
Now.
I got my own podcast ready to go to.
Oh, don't start shilling At Dawn again. At Dawn will never
Don't
take
say the
off.
name, shit.
Yeah, I revealed the name of your fucking podcast before you could
you
reveal it, bro.
motherfucker.
Yeah, so, yeah. Some At Dawn that turned out to be. Idiot. Where's the blackjack now, huh?
I gotta go make
Where's the
YouTube
hookers
channel
now,
then.
huh? Where are they?
I gotta go make the YouTube channel then.
No hookers?
No bitches.
Okay, who was up next? Was it me?
I think it was you. It was you, yeah.
Borker.
With the
Alright,
Borker.
we got Twilord back again with the €5. I will be visiting the Britlands in a couple of days. Do you folks really charge Monarchy Land fun bucks, or is that just for fun touristy stuff? And euros are fine. No, you gotta have pounds. Pound sterling. You're gonna need it, because they don't accept euros.
Damn.
Especially for Walla.
Shut the
Yeah.
Man, what the
For the
Right, that's it. You're going to the green room.
No, Frank, come back.
Alright, I gotta make like a jail channel or something. Maybe I'll give you a role that tells people to throw eggs at you or something. But that's just an idea. But welcome to the UK, mate. Innit? Yeah. So, Frank, you're up with you want to fuck my wife?
So the At Dawn podcast will be taking place.
Shut the hey, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
You got a super
Sonic
chat
Fan
to read.
Sonic Fan 1661 with $2 US. The Sonic Rumble render is so cute. Holy heck. And I do agree.
Make the sound at the end of it. Go on.
No.
It says it's so cute. Holy heck.
I didn't even know what that sound was. I'm
I don't know either. I'm just guessing that's what it probably is.
There's like,
It's so cute. Holy heck.
it is adorable.
Holy heck. It
Oh my
is.
god, we don't have much left, but thank
Okay,
you
so
guys.
this one
Support.
here, we've got a
Oh!
yogurt person. I don't want to say yogurt male because this isn't necessarily a male name. So we got a yogurt human. Ouya.
Oh yeah, I know G was. Yeah, she's amazing. She's
Oh,
great.
so this is a lady. Okay, so we got a yogurt
Yeah,
lady.
like I consider her a friend. She's great, and she just sends us $5. Thank you.
Well,
That's very kind of you. You could have said something, but like, thank you. Appreciate your support. If you're still watching.
See, you know what makes someone a yogurt female or yogurt male is if they're willing to give, but they don't feel the need to be heard. It's like it's several steps above like alpha and sigma. That's yogurt, you know.
Yogurt. Well, thank you.
It feels weird hearing an American say yogurt in the English style.
Yogurt. Yeah, yogurt.
We like yogurt. You know, we enjoy a good bit of yogurt.
We say yogurt.
I know you do.
Like it's it's like your buddy Gert is coming down. You're like, yo, Gert.
Yo, Gert. Whereas us, we're like yog hurt. Yog hurt.
It's like, yo, that yog over there, that hurt pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty stank.
Oh,
I'm killing myself. Anyways.
There's a siren outside my window.
It's like raining where I'm at.
I am up with... Okay, right. Twilord, returning with the €5. Don't worry, pup! I can skin you. That's my best European accent.
That was like a country accent.
Nah, it's European, man. You go to France and they'll be like, hello there! Welcome to France. I live in France! Would you like some fancy cheese?
Okay, so a question. How do you think someone from Texas sounds?
Mademoiselle.
Shut up.
Le Simpson. Merge. Monsieur Simpson. Principal Skinner, ça va? Le petit garçon, ce n'est pas bon. Berthe! That's a French episode of The Simpsons for you.
Anyways.
You are up. Got to be the Frank. With the final super chat. The super chat cut off now.
Okay, Twilord with €5. That is euros, right? Okay. Does a Shadow modder count as a Sonic modder? And my answer is yes. Because you are technically a Shadow X Sonic modder.
Well, that's just a horny bastard, really, isn't it? Like,
I was gonna say they don't have to really ship they don't have to ship anything in order to be a modder, in my opinion. You know, like
no. I mean, like that's the name of the game that's releasing.
They made a game about Sonic and Shadow kissing. Is that what's going on?
It's coming up.
You know how?
I can't
Sonic and Shadow Generations.
You know how?
I can't wait to kiss Shadow.
When Sonic 1 came out in the PAL region, you know how the game was slightly different? It was slightly slower, ran at a different herdage.
Yeah.
Did you know that they made a series of comics to actually tie in with the PAL version of Sonic 1, where that's actually built in as a story?
Really?
Yeah. Look up Sonic PAL comics, but comics spelt with an X at the end instead of a CS. Look up Sonic PAL comics.
You know what? I don't know if I want to do that.
Come on, just do it. Don't be a pussy.
I'll let Trey do that.
You know what?
Play the waiting game.
The safe search on my Google was like, "Do you want it blurred or off?" And I was like, "All right, I'm gonna exit out of this right now."
Obviously, you want it off. You want to read the comics, don't you?
No. If safe search has to tell me that they have to blur it, I'm not gonna. No. I'm not gonna.
It takes me back to It takes me back to when the Loki series was on TV. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, this Mobius character is great." I was like, "Did you know Marvel made a Mobius spin-off comic? Look up Mobius Unleashed. You'll love it."
It's like, yeah, you want to know the reason why Sonic games cost so much? Look up Sonic inflation.
Oh man, well I feel bad that safe search cock blocked you, but it is what it is. Alrighty then. Well, the episode is over. Frank.
Yes.
Alright, good night everyone. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Frank, what do you wanna, you know? Oh goodness, there's a skeleton. What do you wanna promote?
My YouTube channel, youtube.com/gottobefrank. Still, I am almost done with the Knuckles series
God,
review.
it really takes you that long to make a video. That's pathetic.
Yeah, I know. But once I'm done with that, I'm going to work on the Sonic Superstars Without Defeating a Badnik challenge, and the Mega Man Game Boy reviews. Like, I'm reviewing all 5 games that came out on the Game Boy. So, yeah, that's what I have
Nice.
going on.
You know how
Hell
it is.
yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Feel free to drop a link to that shit in the chat. Yeah. You know how it is. And Trey,
Yes.
what
What?
would you like to shill?
So far I'm not working on anything in terms of my socials at the moment. I've been doing a lot of I'm recording a lot of original music. I'm actually working on my first ever full-length album with my band, which is going very well. I'm actually very excited about that. But if you do want to follow me on my socials, you can just type in like Trey_Nobles, and you should be able to find me on pretty much anything and everything. I want to be more active on my YouTube channel, but admittedly, I haven't been too terribly happy with a lot of the stuff I've been trying to do in relation to, I guess, video game centric Sonic stuff. And I've been getting a lot more fulfillment on just writing original stuff. So I'm going to focus on that for at least the time being. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. And I'm here now, so you get a lot more of me here than anywhere else.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not gonna ask what I'm up to then, prick.
Okay, well, Pup,
That's the show.
what are you up to?
I don't know. I just do a YouTube, you know how it is. And I'm gonna do another YouTube soon. By which I mean video. I'm not making a new channel. Learned from that mistake.
He's making a whole website.
This is called Channel Pup Green. It is devoted to gaming content. That was genuinely.
That means you can play Fortnite on there.
That was genuinely something I attempted a long time ago.
Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah. Anyway, episode over. Who wants the last word? Yeah, no, I'm not allowing that to be the last word. Good night, everybody.